My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. See thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com. 41905W2. It's 8:23 a.m. 7 PWS 087, 5 SLL 085, 76409T1, 8XJX 138, 8SMH 004, 8UYK 244, 8SFS 087, 6FEK 242, I believe, 6VUW 409.
Specialty food? Is this a restaurant? Interesting.
License 8HOY 554 at the intersection of 4th Street and Columbia. This is a paper plate BU79F27. 7KXN 408. 5SLL 085. On Columbia and Harvard. Columbia is running parallel to Euclid Avenue, just driving a street south of Euclid Avenue, 6YFP 193, and the fake sun is keeping in the same exact alignment over the vehicle. 8HXJ 073, 5UYU 324, 8THB 527, 5WUC 385, 8UGV 638, 22315J3, 6WRU 928, 7WCN 829, 6GR, well, I can't really see that one, you can scratch that one. 7XVS 917, 7ZYP 7ZPY 755, 8WCA 730, 7VDL 712, because I didn't read that one. 8RIN 470, 7MVJ, can't really see that one. 46988J2, 7JBA 439. Eight VCW 463, 8 RUN 418. 7 UGB 760, 8 YJZ 245. 51708E3, 8X, oh, I could scratch that one, 7KKS 465, 7LCX 411, 8 EFP 823, 474DH, that's handicap, at the intersection of College Way and 5th Street. Six BAK 494, 7 NXB 294, 6 RBL 110, 7 TTL 072, 7 XRB 494, 7NRW 740. 8LPD 860. 8VQD 949. 8FNW 179. 5YEL 179, I believe. 7XCN 679. Excuse me, I think this is 5YHE 179. It's 8:28 a.m. 7A84774. 6MRD 832. 28OUD handicap.
Back in school. Damn. It's green, but we not moving. I don't understand.
8NPH409. 8ZOK295. 7GBH 612. 26199K2. That is 5YHE 179, yeah. 5VBL 699, 5UFF 660, 8FNH 913, 7WLN 418. 8AIC 719. 7MPH 031. 8AYH 454. 7FRJ 042. 7WPA 255. TNKSMR 73097L1. 8ZAY 679. GEO 26 handicap. 8CJS 407, 5GRN 950, 8UHL 144, 5TED 625, 8PJV 129, 8NTD 886. It's 8:30 a.m. Sitting at what is an ongoing red light. This is crossing path as I'm reading Minion's license plates who are crossing path. The fake sign is over the vehicle. It is not over any building in the city of Upland, as is documented. It's also not remaining over 630 North Fern, where I am sleeping in a vehicle. As I've already documented, it's not remaining over the B&G Plaza. It's right over the vehicle, and directed light is inside of the vehicle while these demons are crossing path and maintaining stationary presence via a red light. License. In other words, this is the P.O.C. It's 8:31 a.m. 1631397. 7VCN 846.
Really? Oh my
71081L2. 8WYC 430. United States Postal Service Vehicle 2210851. 0494983. 0494983.
Keep going because I gotta go.
You can drop me off at the 7-Eleven.
Okay, good.
This is all audible activity. 7WLG 372. 7ZUC 780. 8BHG 349. 7LZD 649. 8YHC 774. 44B GPH 6PHD 187. 8DZR 214. 7TLY 248.
Yes, damn it.
5 EKV 310. Eight TBS 620. 8 RXC 926, 8 YIR 444, 7 VPS 614, 7 DKV 896, 6 GTE 451, 7 AUE 163, 8 FCW 689, AK 62W30 paper, 6 LJZ 624, 7 BMZ 433, 7 AKN 422, 7 AKN 222. All of them demons, flashing of directed light onto the front portion of this windshield on the side of the vehicle where I'm sitting. 8 KAD 518 as they cross path. 8 YYT 057, CB39 S99. This is documentation of terrorism, including the United States Postal Service. Turning onto Hawthorne right now at what is 8:34 a.m. License 5MQS 753.
Terrible. What the hell is going on?
Anyway, it is 8:34 a.m. 7UGZ019. In case I didn't read that one. BR42R25 paper. Seven GTT 204. I just want to remind what it is that you are witnessing. It's an ongoing pattern of conduct. It is the unpersuasive feigning of what is the reality of criminal conduct and the revealing of what are psychopaths who have what is a condition that you cannot physically witness, which is demon possession. And don't forget what is documented, which is objective evidence as well. Demons flying in over me by helicopter. 8PXD 670 in a circle directly over this vehicle. 7FMJ 716. And that is also the demonstration of demon possession while criminal conduct that I am documenting remains underway. It's underway right now. So I just want to remind you of that when you're listening to everything that you hear in the background. 8JSD095. 7GVJ 606. And that's why you document. Documentation is demon proof. License 8XQV 278. 6TXZ 360. It is, by the way, 8:36 a.m. 7JAE 830. 99589J2. 03742D2 8PKC 705. 7XQV 215. 7MLU 856.
Late today again.
Mm-hmm. 95875X2. 8 RTU 798. 93437C2, that's Spectrum. 6NSS 234. 5WDS 002, in case I didn't read that one. 25340, that's a main license plate on this large truck that's in traffic right here. 7MQA 204. 5FCB 844, I believe.
What is going on up here?
It's 8:37 a.m.
Come on, people. They just closed down the road? What the hell?
Okay. It is
is 8:38 a.m. This truck is Pegasus Global Logistics Incorporated. That's what the front of the truck says with the main license plate on the back. 8HRM501, 8C81671.
Damn. Thank God the next time I go to work.
Let's see, XP87778 is the license plate of that Pegasus Logistics Incorporated with the main license plate on the back. It's 8:39 a.m. License 8HVL973, because I didn't write down. 7PHF205, 7VIK477, JYJMOLD, 8YIS064, 8VZS726. It's 8:40 a.m. 8VZS726, 7JHW993, 7GJGO32, 7GTT204, 08345Y2. Security paving, creating light activity. License 32073Z2. License 38908H2.
Oh man, that's a Medea car
62875Y2 is security paving.
Oh boy.
This is Ontario Municipalities creating light activity. City of Ontario 1410308. There are a bunch of demons wearing yellow jackets standing in a group. This is at the freeway entrance. We're also at nightfall. I've documented the entity stalking via helicopter and my shadows surrounding me. So when you are listening to what is the outward appearance of what is the buildup of traffic, you're remembering these are demons who are in relevant position. They are stalking, intentionally maintaining presence, in other words, under what is an entirely fake sun, where directed light is still ongoing, and demons are creating light activity, including the City of Ontario. License plate, and that's what you're going to remember when you're talking about that. It is intentional presence, 5ATZ938, 7ELC221. License 7BAN666, or 7PAN666, 7GQA732, 38644X1, 7GEJ967, 7JVS167, 8PEX091. You're talking about what is the appearance and ongoing directed light, which rebuts some claim of what is buildup of traffic outside of your control at that. They're demons. YP30829. It's currently 8:44 a.m. And that's why I just want to listen to everything, because it's informative. Not only is for documentations, 29491D3, 8UDK137, 85676F3 security paving, 8EZG626, 8RRG913, 6W26000. They're just using their hazards, all manner of light activity at the 10 freeway. This is, let me see, security paving, license 82434G3, and security paving license 27223C3. Alrighty, it's 8:45 a.m. License 4657LX1, 8PEX091, 7GEJ967, 8V77082, 7G 7GDA732. I said 7GQA732. It's 7GDA732. Getting off the 10 freeway, monitoring with City of Ontario, creating light activity, monitoring with all the minions whose license plates that I'm reading. I'm on relevant position, subject to the P.O.C. on Euclid Avenue. All right, so you have what is that ongoing pattern of conduct under the fake sun when you're hearing, oh, damn it, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be late, while directed light is streaming inside of the car. That's a psychopath, okay? The pattern of conduct is underway, and that's why it's informative for you to listen all that, all right, while you're monitoring, while you're being a demon, while you're being a stalker, all right? And so it's currently 8:46 a.m. This is P.O.C. and the light source is over the vehicle that I'm inside of, while you have the City of Ontario and all those companies that I'm naming creating light activity in relevant position, which is facilitation. Let me remind you of this demon's license plate. It's 4WON432. That's Trace Banks. All right, it is 8:46 a.m. Alrighty, license 7NYN394, 8GBL077, 8BJM404, demons, 7GJG032, 7HVV917, 8HHF317, 20569M2, 8BZG192. This includes the company that is Metrolink, crossing path, creating audible activity, 7WSP848, while I'm being molested with impossible light activity, directed light, 19678J2, 8YPA596, 8DSE396, 8RVN361, 7NZE318, 57849H2, 8LGV904, and Metrolink going eastbound at 8:47 a.m. 8BOU216, 45724H3, 95875X2. These demons crossing path under the fake sun, and as they go into the shade, you see what is the directed light manifesting in the shade. That's the continuity of light, stalking with light, maintaining light. And this is the Allure Image Building, 188 Euclid Avenue. That's demonic, and that is the ongoing terrorism, the entity stalking as you see inside of venues, stalking including while I'm sleeping in a vehicle. 8J5912W, belonging to the third party who you are hearing complaining about traffic when she's surrounded by her element, the fake sun, directed light, and demons. 7CVE307, all of them engaging in monitoring together. 6SIT005, 8LLA585. License 8CSE489, 8FTM005, 7DZJ942032122E3, 8ZFG341, I believe, 3MOR140, 7TZK048, 382928H3, 8LBH194, National Crane, touching 28027Y2, JYJMOLD, touching again, crossing path, BF24HL7, I believe, that's a paper plate, substantially somewhere, can't really see it, 7FHF798, and Upland Police patrolling on the southbound side of Euclid Avenue, crossing path, monitoring, touching the same with the direct light. They're one entity. 6YTY785, I believe, can't really see that one. 8BVB716, it's 8:50 a.m. 8LSR136, 7HDG127, 8PAW459, 5SNG730, 8RIY961, 8ETL354, 8BRF753, 8SXJ932, 8HRM501, P282AO, 8WIH526, 8NGP013. Upland Police crossing path again on the southbound side of Euclid Avenue, 8TUY883, under what is not the sun. If that was the sun, at 8:51 a.m. License 7CHN291, license 7WNZ000, 8E, I can't really see that one. If that was the sun at 8:51 a.m., it would be in the City of Ontario, directly over what is the sky space as I stood there, betwixt, for example, the Metro 102 apartments and Ontario Town Square townhomes. After, of course, it followed from 630 North Fern, where I'm sleeping in a car, to what is the B&G Plaza, and then I walked to what is the Ovid Family Community Library. That's documented on February 5th, 2022. 8VEM 293, but it's not. It's right here over me where I'm standing in front of the Allure Image Medical Spa and Salon at 188 Euclid Avenue. That's where the fake sun is. It's not over the McDonald's at 100 East Foothill Boulevard either, as I also documented at 8:48 a.m., continuing what is a video that is going into what is 8:51 a.m. This is the absence of that light source, as that's over me. License 8RSC 607, 7PXH 941, 8VNG 789, 7XBF 869, 8PFP 574, 8WLX 521, 5WXT 551, and you also know that 7AUD 144, that these are demons and this is not the sun because of the directed light. All right, that is an ongoing coexisting pattern. 3XHP 396. It is the outward demonstration of demon possession by an entire entity, including Upland Police, crossing path again. 7VJH 465, I believe. Omnitrans Route 83. Monitoring, it is crossing path at 8:52 a.m. under the fake sun right over me. This is license plate 1545806, bus number 2358. Touching with directed light, Upland Police group stalking in the path, monitoring the same. It is license plate 8SGN505, license GIE E94. Excuse me, Upland Police crossing path in another vehicle. This is a pickup truck, so they are repeatedly crossing path on the opposite side of the street. License 8S67172. First of all, I want to be clear, this is the ongoing pattern of conduct that's called patrolling. It is a demonstration of demon possession by Upland Police. KEG 818, 7XQV 215, 8DHG 303, 8PPX 700, 8EJK 997, 7LOP 845, 8VCW 423, 7FVK 993, 7GID 971, 8PTM 068, 8EGB 968. Touching with directed light. Okay, this is relevant to what are the pacing conduct by Upland Police also. FedEx, license 59217F1, touching, 8POJ 778. License, 8VZY 780, 7VCK 953. You have what is also, understand, not only Upland Police engaging in demonstrating demon possession, they are under what is the fake sun, intentionally stalking in the path while I'm in this environment being molested with directed light. You are demonstrating your demon possession, which is an act of terrorism. 8WAP243, an unprecedented one, while you are also engaging in interstate stalking in that position as law enforcement. That's an act of terrorism. While you are facilitating that criminal activity with the people of the state. 7HNB 837. This is all relevant to the prosecution, not only as a sex offender engaging in interstate stalking, but indeed what is terrorism while you are of this condition, demon possession, engaging in the P.O.C. License plate. Oh, I can't see that. 8JJU638, 7RYY150, 26429V1, 8MBU684, 7THA182. This is Fontaine. No, let me see. License 4SU9818. Fontaine is the trailer that's on the back. That's the license plate on the back of the on this large truck. And directed light, this is the demon that's focused on me, that's stalking. All right, license 10209T2. While a light source that is not the sun is remaining very precise to a random building where I happen to get out of the vehicle, and this is where the light source is remaining, and this is also where directed light, which is impossible light activity, is coexisting with demons who are crossing path. 8LSL006. Demons who are monitoring with communication devices. TREK4Y. 7FMB016. It is 8:55 a.m. License 6X LX217 5EBF 643, I believe. 6HVR 649 7XRD 734. PO9196. I can't listen to that one. 6XST343, 8EYH667, 7WYH969, 7ZGS573, 24623E2, that is Pepper Tree Distributors, 8JIE745, 8JDX006, license 8XDX631, 7XNG 536. License plate 8GAU084. That license plate touching with directed light in the state of stalking via helicopter, flying over what is Euclid Avenue, south of me right now. 8XSU969, 8SRP821, 24712E2, engaging in terrorism with the entity. 5BAJ797, 8ATV215, 8XJ2188, 62269G2, 8VEP405. License A7WS26, I believe. No plate on that one. These are all stalkers. They're all stalking. That's what's so incredible. 7DLJ809. Every single last one of them. And it's not just that. These are demons, okay? This is revealing demonic activity at the same time that you are revealing what is unprecedented criminal conduct by government. All right, this is group stalking. You're stalking on behalf of the state. Okay, that's why you have what is law enforcement patrolling all around me, demons and vehicles of law enforcement patrolling around under what is a specific environment, identifying that condition while you are indeed stalking in that particular environment, and doing so also stalking by helicopter. License plate 8XIS625. License 80615E3 Q58. I can't really see that, the rest of that one. Something 89. It was a Nevada plate though. License plate 8PJS571 73923B3 Holiday Rock. That's the trucking company. 85259E3 8G28. Can't really say that one. 59361N2 6L32432 8WBX173 7YMT885 8SNG334, 7MBS050, 7GGE798, 8WME588. Eight EMN 586, 6XDC 811. It is, by the way, 8:59 a.m. Eight SEB191, 8 EKE943. 6 VOA 924, 8 YCF 870, 8 LSM 599, 8 JRF 779, 5 YKP 724, 70070D2, 4 TSD 065, 79127L2, 5 YHA 680, B661D1. 7HRJ916, 7Y33271. HB457, that's a handicap license plate. Alrighty, it is currently 9:01 a.m. The entity also stalking via Ontario Fire Department this morning while the fake sun's over me on the windshield after she drives off from 325 West G Street. 4GMX053, I want to make sure I document that. And then she drives on what is Columbia, which is parallel to Euclid Avenue, running in the same direction. The same exact pattern of stalking with the fake sun over that specific street, aiming into the car with the fake sun. Just want to make sure I document all that. While I was reading license plates, 8NAR225, 8GBM243, 28070E2, that's Holiday Rock Company Incorporated, 6WGH441, 8YVW176, 8JFU472, WTCHY31, 06727Y2, 1561123, vehicle 221, Upland Police, 7UOA304, 2062382, It's 9:01 a.m. All right, license 57771V2, 5YBD196. License 9AGY 774, 7ZYJ 910, 7SHM 732. License 7YYJ091, capturing what is the fake sun directly over me as I documented as I got out of Tracy Banks's car, as was the case as I remained in her car documenting license plates. The directed light you see across the building is the directed light occurring in the car, 4987. I can't really see that one. It's the directed light that's occurring in the car while she's sitting in the vehicle talking about, oh my gosh, the traffic. She's sitting up monitoring and stalking. 8NMH114, 8N, I can't really see that one. You can scratch that one. 8SVN386. She's stalking on behalf of the government. She's monitoring with all of them together. All right. License 1411614. License 1566036. That's City of Upland. And I'm showing you what is the fake sun that remains right over me, precisely over my head. And you're also looking at what is that ongoing companion, which is directed light. This is the light source that's present over me at 9:02 a.m. And I'm just reminding you all the places where I have been with regard to using that specific time as an illustration of stalking with the fake sun. 6RBJ883. Stalking with the fake sun, in other words, is the conduct of Satan. All right, this is Satan that's exercising control over the environment as opposed to what you are and what we are told, 8LLA585, about the environment, that it's a natural environment, that there's only one sun. And the documentation is directly rebutting that. And it is objective evidence, which you are able to witness with your own eyes, not just based on my own reciting it on a podcast where you can't see it. That's not what my documentation consists of. You are able to see it with your own eyes. And again, today, I'm reminding you about where I am at the same exact time, and it is the impossible coexistence 28138U1, the impossible coexistence of such a light source to maintain central presence over my head in the city of Pomona, which is Los Angeles County, where I remain, by the way, until after 10 o'clock in the morning on January 27, 2022, where I remain in the city of Ontario, for example, and I specifically identified February 5th, 2022, but for a wealth of documentation already exists in 2021, 2022, you're talking about where I am at this particular moment. And you have what is the light source that's right over me, while I'm also reminding you about the demons that are the Upland Police Department, who I am documenting now because I'm in the city of Upland. So you have what is indiscriminate demon possession. So with regard to what is indiscriminate of the zip code that you're in, you're watching demons everywhere that you're going. These demons are affiliated with the city of Upland, where that same ongoing demonic and criminal system of monitoring is underway. And that's how you are understanding what is that context. And you're looking at the identification of that demon possession. 6WXE566. While you see that direct light on the building, it is assigned to the third parties and state actors who I've already documented. They are all demons alike, all molesting alike, stalking together. 02552K1. 8PFB202. Under what is, again, it's not just that direct light, it's also that which is not the sun. That's the presence of Satan itself. 7RNP502. Directed light, that's indicating of what is the presence of Satan itself. 086MJR. Okay, you're talking about when I am revealing to you what is demonic activity, what you are witnessing, entirely demonic, and it's relevant to what is a prosecution for terrorism in violation of the law. The demon-possessed, the government itself, are engaging in what is a demonic system of monitoring, surveillance with communication devices. Upland Police Crossing Path 1590769, 7LKE 462, I believe. So you have what is the entity engaging in what is this conduct, and you are looking at what is the object itself centered directly over my head at what is a random address. And I put random in air quotes because it's not random. It's very specific with regard to where I am, but with regard to just being let off at the side of the street, which is where Tracy Banks let me out at 188, the Allure Image Medical and Spa Salon on Euclid Avenue at the intersection of 9th Street. The light source is very distinct and not possibly at the same time remaining over the Pomona Regional Transit Center, directly over that that bus bench area where you're sitting in between the turn circle where the demons of Foothill Transit and Omnitrans are driving around in circles. That's the light source is captured directly over my head while I'm at the parking lot inside of the Amtrak train station seating area, where Pomona police were sitting in relevant position inside of that Amtrak waiting room, excuse me. The light source is not over that parking lot, as I showed in video. It's not over my head while I'm in that parking lot, over my head while I'm sitting at the bus benches of that Pomona Regional Transit Center. And at the same time, right here on the very side of what is the 1888 Euclid Avenue Allure Image Medical Spa, let alone over me, precisely over the Senior Center and 280 North Limit Apartments, as I showed you at 9:02 a.m. on February 5th, 2022. It is not at the same time seen at those vantage points over those particular buildings in those cities. This is Upland, Ontario, and Pomona, 9:02 a.m., let alone my documentation being in Pomona, remaining at 9:02 a.m., which includes, by the way, at the north end of Upland, at Foothill and Euclid Avenue, where the state's fake sun did not in any way even advance that direction over a McDonald's, to be over the Upland Village Shopping Center, to be over the Vaughn's parking lot, because I did not go that way, because she dropped me off here and the fake sun remains here, not over Tracy Banks's vehicle. Okay, license 7W83746, and it is also the same while you see the light source remain stationary and you're witnessing demons who are crossing path also with what is directed light. 6YMR496. That's what I just captured on video. And it is objective evidence, 8M39531, while you are witnessing demons engaging in the pattern of conduct, it is objective evidence with which I will prosecute the Upland Police Department. Okay? They are molesting and stalking with directed light as well. It's not separate because they don't happen to be in that video. 8EYS547. That's not how the documentation goes. That's an impossibility. An impossible occurrence, a supernatural one, if you will, a terrorizing one, okay? And while you are documenting an entity engaging in that conduct, it's one entity, they're acting together. By the way, it is the same entity who was stalking via helicopter. As I also documented not only this morning, but last night over at Tracy Banks's vehicle, that this entity is stalking me in, knowing where it is that I sleep at night, and flying in a circle over that vehicle. It is in no way separate. While Ryder crossing path at 9:13 a.m. in the city of Upland and driving southbound on Euclid Avenue. 8UYK929. This is P.O.C. And that's what I just captured on video. You have what is that ongoing environment that is specific to where I am. While a government is focusing and stalking you, because that's exactly what the documentation reveals, while a government is stalking with an environment and doing so while holding hands with Satan itself, that's exactly what the people of the state and what a government is doing, while monitoring in what is and under what is the supernatural provisions of what is not even the actual sun. All right, and doing so while they are engaging in criminal conduct that is facilitating their ability to do so, this engineered light. All right, and like I said, you're not looking at them holding up light guns, if you will, some magical gun lights where they're driving by and aiming some gun that aims or shoots light in my direction. They're demons. That's how you're witnessing their demon possession. Holiday Rock, license plate. Let's see, I don't see their license plate. Holiday Rock Incorporated. Holiday Rock Company Incorporated, crossing path again, and that's Metrolink creating audible activity. All right, so like I said, documented such actors, commercial actors, engaging in that repeated crossing path while they're monitoring the documentation, engaging in terrorism. That's going to be sorely regretted when you are prosecuted civilly and criminally for that, and that's exactly what the people of the state have they've provided to me while I'm documenting it. Like, all the ways in which a government is engaging in terrorism, you're going to prosecute for that, and you're going to drain pockets for that, and you will go into federal prison for that as well. 8EJR573. Those are demons engaging in such lawlessness while they're monitoring, engaging in the surveillance of an American citizen, and doing so in a commercial vehicle, which is, compounding the prosecution for that sort of conduct, because you're going to get the company and you're going to get that demon. 8SMN558. And then you also have what our companies engaging in what is exactly what they will be prosecuted for, kidnapping. Imagine that. That's what happens when you are engaging in surveillance with a government, engaging in kidnapping, and engaging in what is sexual violence. That's exactly how they're going to be prosecuted. License plate 5N24623 15531B2. License plate 7YOU672. It is, by the way, 9:16 a.m. FedEx crossing path again. 8YIL098, 8FPA 873. Upland Police? Oh, no. That's the sheriff. Looks like Los Angeles Sheriff to me as well. Doesn't even look like San Bernardino County Sheriff. Hold on. License 8AQY888, 8HTX314. That's audible activity by demon. This is audible activity when you're listening to what is the conduct of a fake sun over my head. And this is third party who already licensed, documented their license, 8XET911. That's an employee of 7-Eleven at 204 North Euclid Avenue. That's facilitation by 7-Eleven at 204 North Euclid in the city of Upland, California. Demons using their vehicles as a means to surround with audible activity. License 7JXC049. And 6UTL709. And I have already pointed this out to you, what I just documented with regard to Los Angeles County Sheriff. 8NDT716, I believe. I can't really see that one though. While I am documenting on video the presence of a fake sun over me in the city of, in Los Angeles County at the Pomona Regional Transit Center, as I have already pointed out, as you call Satan's name, they are listening and monitoring, they appear. All right. And that is not the first time I have witnessed and been subject to what is a pattern of conduct by demons who are not, and these are government actors. So and that's how you're able to identify it when you're, for example, in Fontana and Rialto police are stalking in the path, going out of their way, in other words. And that's exactly what you're doing. The pattern of conduct is underway. You're not doing anything other than stalking. And you're going out of your way to engage in stalking outside of your own district. Okay? So, that's just an example. That's not a coincidence. I just got through talking about Los Angeles County, by the way. It's also not a coincidence under the fake sun, which I very specifically pointed that out. You can see that clear difference. Take a look at that video and then look at the video of Los Angeles County stalking in the path. Los Angeles County Sheriff. All right? And you'll see that what is stalking by the law enforcement in that vehicle. License 8WLB392. And then that's just the movement of the light source, which is a very clear and vivid illustration. You're stalking, all right, and you're a demon, vested as law enforcement, engaging in that P.O.C. But 7ZPU377, you're also under what is not the sun in Upland, 8RKD419, while I'm now at 204 North Euclid Avenue, no longer over by 188 Euclid Avenue. 43592E2, I believe that's Bell Cab. 8XSK788, 8VAE915, 8XEW192, 17463H3. And this is what is something else that I want to reveal with regard to this terrorism that an entity is engaging in. It is criminal, right? 8GMP577. It's criminal with regard to monitoring with communication devices, which is what a government is engaging in. WEDO1. This is also very relevant, and this is also relevant to specifically terrorism. These are demon-possessed actors who are in whatever sort of vehicle. It doesn't matter whether you're driving Holiday Rock Company Incorporated or Ryder truck or, for example, FedEx, or you're driving the Minion with license plate 8BES439. They are demons alike. This is demonic. Okay, these are demon-possessed people driving different sorts of vehicles. You're identifying people in different methods. The same condition, though. This terrorism is ritualistic with regard to the spiritual significance with what they are doing around you. It's entirely demented. It is terrorism with this regard as well. 8HHU899. And this is also demonstrated as I reference a particular demon. I identify them by their exterior shell. In other words, HD Supply 65077V1. All right, that's the exterior shell of a demon that is engaging in ritualistic stalking, focusing, pacing around me. That's a demon, all right? 79583B3. While I identify that, you have what are demons that of that identity that engage in maintaining presence. They engage in the demonic ritualistic stalking conduct. 7ZZE324. That needs to be recognized, and it is directly relevant to that prosecution for terrorism. Okay, so, and it is also speaking to what is knowledge of the fact that you're being documented, 5XAY462. It is beyond a coincidence. It's also beyond a coincidence in the specific environment that's maintained around you. 6CNN316. So I want to point that out. This is relevant to the terrorism that a government is, ATTJ475, that a government is engaging in while of this condition, and doing so on an unprecedented basis with the people of the state who are of that same condition, holding hands together, engaging in criminal activity, literally engaging in the deeds of the devil. All right. It's currently 9:23 a.m. 7 MHU136 8LZ. I can't really see it. 8LZH 345, 8J44672, 8RNT178, 8SVZ639, 8XOM 866, 05257G2, B2548C3 Washington, UPS 82999G1, CBO7X36 paper 76225B3, 8RKV832, 49179G3. It's 9:24 a.m. 7ALB 312, 6CYG 746, and this one, follow it to the opposite side, IMDRIPN, dripping in Satan. That's all you dripping in, minion. It is 9:24 a.m. License, 7ALB 312, 7CYG 746, 8LM, I can't really see the one, 7VMB 807, 74936Y2, 8ECC 879, 5YKF 036, 8FBT 259, 5634 7T2, 8NCC 934, 59140W2, 5GMW 495, 62269G2, 8EOH 692, 5ZBD 752, 8PRN 376, 7BCJ 899, 8WEH 133, 6YFB 937, 6WZY 433, 72212D2, 6XDZ 581, ABN star 24, 8E10425, 6JFD 290, 7TDH 619, 5XUA 789, 6ATM 647. I read that one. C. Yeah, I read that one. Let me document tax officer Rick Garrett. Rick Garrett's a minion. He's monitoring. He's in relevant position. License 8SVL 188, 7CSX 151. Looks like that particular minion's trade is that of engaging in taxes, maintaining a tax office. It's engaging in terrorism. The fake son over me, subject to molestation with directed light, monitoring with law enforcement, monitoring with the people. 8YQP 815, 4PYB020. License 7GNN 616, 7CSX 151, I read that one. 93318E3, 6NNT 308, 6VZB 294, 5BRD 440, 82681C3, that is, I don't see any logo on that. It's 9:27 a.m. (8FYS 746). That's a demon and directed light coming toward me while driving by on the street. that randomness of that ongoing impossible occurrence, any street that you're on, any block, any city, any county you're in, that's a state system. 00918W2. That's S.I.I.S Rosati. 7AFC 943, 4114OX2, 7VZN 884, 6YXN 586, 326 S95, that's Nevada, 5SWM 198, 8YTC 177, 5RLF 680, 6HUX 797, 8NTH 579, 86202U2, 8FLA 670, 6LGW 249, 8YVX 108, 8RQF 399, 7EEZ 545, 6KEV 268. And directed light moving all across this venue where I'm reading the license plates of these minions at this business plaza, this little building. And directed light, stationary directed light is all over the building as well. 7JBR 570, 7PRY 959. It is 9:29 a.m. License plate 051 YYM, that's Tennessee. (7VCM 785), 8WTJ 281, 8PXX 758, 8FMN 417, 25950W2, 8PYP 193. 8W43276, Continental Rebellion, 5FNE086. This vehicle looks abandoned, but I'm going to read the license plate anyway. 7CDY903. It's got a flat tire and the trunk is open. Well, that doesn't mean that somebody's still not affiliated with it, like somebody living in there. It's a third party nonetheless. It is 9:31 a.m. Didn't see any license plate on this. I did capture the VIN number on this old Honda Accord that's parked on the side of the street. Doesn't have any license. And so let me just show you what's also the fake sun that's over my head. There's no question about the pattern of conduct that's underway. And I'm capturing what is the VIN number on that vehicle. It's a means of identifying a third party. I happen to be standing on what is Euclid Avenue. Looks like Burton East Education Zone, public parking on 9th Street. This is like it says W.C. This is like a school, looks like. What's the name of the school? Home of the Lancers. The Lancers are minions, and they're engaging in federal stalking. The fake sun Satan itself is over the school, over me while I'm walking over here by the school. That's the P.O.C. Doesn't matter where you are at. 5XYU 703, 8TLZ 206, 6X49487. License 8WWD 996, 7VVV 263, 8RDD 021, 4JJW 807, 8VSB 155, 8USA 300, 8GOE 244, 5VAY 900, 1607OT2,
8BKJ935, 6KVP661, 8SCD533, 8TJY149, 8AJP159, 5YLD947, 8RFZ627, 8HNR495, 8FRC723, 5EGU130, 7FQ438. That's an out-of-state license plate. Colorado. 8PGS857, 7DER372. This is identification of a people, the people of the state, a single entity, engaging in ceaseless stalking, day and night, molestation, day and night, without which is not even possible to occur naturally, being terrorized with what is directed light. This is why, again, the entity is stalking by helicopter. This is why the entity is stalking with what is directed light while I'm subject to surveillance by an entity. And this is what is the ability to document that same exact entity. And they are in no way, by the way, separate from that ongoing pattern of conduct that I remain subject to, and then capable of what is documenting an entity, 5XUA789, while they are in relevant position on a side street and I'm getting all of their license plate. That same randomness is what is applied while I'm being molested and terrorized and stalked with directed light day and night, by the way. And the fake sun is over my head while I get these license plates. What are you going to remember? While Orkin crosses paths with no license plate, that's funny, TEXASU does have a license plate right there. That's their license plate, Texas U. Okay. Alrighty, I'm at 9th Street and, what is this side street? 9th Street and Laurel in the city of Upland. Okay, so I'm going to get these license plates that I thought I documented already, but perhaps my podcast did not pick it up, so if I'm repeating, it's fine. It's just making sure that third parties are definitely documented. License plate, 7DER372, JFQ438, which is a Colorado license plate, 5EGU130, 8FRC723, 8HNR495, 8RFZ627, 8AJP159, 8TJY149, 8BKJ935, 16070T2, 8GOE244, 8USA300, 8VSB155, 4JJW807, and 8RDD021. And I want to be clear, after I have already documented what was the, I went down like a side street over here because I'm getting license plates where the light source remains over my head as I take these side streets, by the way, and directed light remains, and ongoing directed light while demons are crossing paths. And so while I got these license plates already and I reference what is the Lancers, this is a school where you have a demon stalking in the parking lot, so I'm gonna get this demon's license plate. They know that they've been documented, and they also know that I'm here. And how do you know that? All right, how are you capable of knowing? Because the light source is over my head. This is Satan itself, and these are the demon possessed. They know specifically with regard to my presence. 8YJ8800 is crossing path and doing so as I'm walking back down the street. And this is the venue of the school lot. This is Lancers, home of the Lancers. Let me get that license plate. 5XXU703, I believe. Just wanted to get that license plate. That's the one that I read before. So this is how you are understanding that. This revealing what is not actually the sun reveals so much, okay? It reveals specific knowledge. It reveals demon possession, a specific identity, which is also relevant to your prosecution and the ways in which you're going to be prosecuted, and the criminal conduct that you're engaging in, which is relevant to your identification. The demon possessed are engaged in obsessive stalking activities centered on the use of communication devices. And then the next level is that they're not doing it as just a bunch of demons that are in a cult. This is the people of the state that are doing so on behalf of the government. This is the government's pattern of conduct. Okay? And it is understanding what is demonic activity at large. So this is relevant. So this is speaking to when I'm making statements and you're like, okay, well, how do you know that? Okay, I get it. That's fine. You want to question that. You can question all you want. The documentation speaks for itself. All right? So like I said, the light source is over me. This is that which is not possibly the sun. Let me give you another example. First of all, it's 9:38 a.m. And again, you're not just starting with right now, but I can use just right now. I have the evidence to substantiate, to back up what it is that I'm not only prosecuting as a matter of a crime, but revealing as a matter of demonic activity, the supernatural, telling you about what you cannot physically perceive. Okay. So with regard to what is the ongoing pattern of conduct and the knowledge that demons have, the presence of Satan itself, which is this light source, it's not the actual sun. January 27, 2022, I remain at the Pomona Regional Transit Center. It is literally an impossibility that the actual sun is going to be over the high school belonging to the Lancers on Euclid off of, I believe this is 9th Street, in the city of Upland, and remaining over my head, where I'm still, at this moment, I'm still gathering license plates of Foothill Transit. Those demons are driving around in the turn circle with Omnitrans driving around in the turn circle, and directed light is moving all across. Those demons are driving up and down, sitting in their vehicles all along the curb, stalking in the path, while the fake sun is remaining over my head. This is already documented in the city of Pomona, Los Angeles County. All right. So you have what is an impossibility. That is not the actual sun. That is, again, this is the same time of year. And on that day, I remain there. If that's the sun, it would be over the Pomona Regional Transit Center. And it is not an omnipresent source, light source, that is at the same time hovering over a specific building in Upland and hovering over a particular transit center in Pomona. All right. It is not at the same time moving over everyone's head, as I show you in video, what I'm documenting. That is not the ongoing occurrence. It's an impossibility. The actual sun is not an omnipresent object. It is engaged in what is ongoing movement, and it is also present and visible with regard to what is a persistent and consistent, I'll just say with regard to a schedule. So if this, in other words, to put it in layman's terms, if that is the sun that I'm capturing at 9:03 in the morning at the Pomona Regional Transit Center where I'm at, if that's the actual sun, then it's going, and I documented it at the Pomona Regional Transit Center. This is already an impossibility because I've already documented what is the remaining of the light source over me at a Starbucks at 111 North Vineyard Avenue in the city of Ontario. But nonetheless, we'll just use this single example. You have what is, if that's the actual sun at the Pomona Regional Transit Center, then it's remaining over that venue in the city of Los Angeles. It is in no way over at the same time and moving. So in other words, the documentation is revealing, I've shown you in every vantage point, the light source at a specific time, where I'm using an example where the light source is in motion, keeping central presence over me, where the light source is stationary for a prolonged period, for the duration of the day, remaining over me. Okay. While I am also engaging in what is maintenance of presence while I'm stationary and while I'm in motion, that is not the actual sun that is capable of being, in other words, remaining stationary in the city of Pomona over the Pomona Regional Transit Center in Los Angeles County, which was the first time that I had been there after a prolonged documentation in San Bernardino County in Ontario, chiefly around that time at the B&G Plaza, if you will, or on the bus going to Fontana, for example, or you're talking about what is that documentation, and then I go as just a randomness, an anomaly is what I engaged in for documentation purposes, for prosecutorial purposes, showing what is definitely not the actual sun. And on January 27, 2022, I'm in the city of Pomona and I remain there. Not that presence of that light source and maintaining that presence en route to that venue is an impossibility. You are documented already. The light source is already documented, remaining over the B&G Plaza. Up until the time I walk to the Ovid Family Community Library or get on the bus and go to the Fontana Lewis Library, or whatever it is that I do that day. There's no time where the actual sun, which is consistent and engaging in what's going to be a substantially similar, if not identical, movement on a daily basis, if that's the actual sun that's remaining concentrated on Holt Boulevard in the city of Ontario, which is not. All right. But I'm able to walk through that ongoing consistent analysis because there is no argument for it. All right. So like I said, you have what is demonic presence of what is a light source that is not possibly the sun. And the specific example that I use, I remain at the Pomona Regional Transit Center. It is not at the same time in San Bernardino County, not even in Ontario. I'm in Upland. Okay. So you're talking about what is also another anomaly. I jumped from what is remaining in Ontario. I went to Upland. Now I'm in the city of, remaining in the city of Ontario. I have now, as of late, been routinely going back and forth since what is the criminal act of summoning and false allegations by the Ovid Family Community Library, the city of Ontario, which is Sean Thrasher. You're talking about what is the entity engaging in what is provision for its own prosecution. I go anywhere.
And I have been, and I'm prosecuting an entity. So you're listening to Metrolink engaging in the pattern of conduct while I'm being molested with directed light and the fake sun is over my head, in a position that is impossible to coexist with my previously documented presence and maintenance in Los Angeles County at the Pomona Regional Transit Center. Metrolink is monitoring. Okay, Metrolink is engaging in what is demonic conduct. That is terrorism. That a company is capable of and shall be prosecuted for. Knowing exactly where I am. So what am I getting to with regard to the knowledge as I spoke to? That's how you know the entity is aware of. An entire entity is aware of. This is not ordinary people. These are demons. Satan itself is present through what is the light source. That is not possibly the sun. This documentation is directly relevant and it's speaking to an ongoing chain of knowledge that you have. Okay, you have that knowledge, and that's how you know. This is not some intuitive, oh, how do you know? It's not about the ability to read thoughts of other people. That's not what it's about. It's based on objective evidence. That's not the sun. Second of all, the fact that it's not the sun and it remains over me is speaking to what is stalking vicariously on behalf of the people, including as I go to that venue, whatever venue it is, and document your presence because I'm going to prosecute you. As you're engaging in presence on behalf of the state, and that's exactly what's underway while you're at work, while you are wherever it is that you live, and the government's engaging in what is state surveillance and terrorism. Also, you know, demons are aware of your presence while Satan itself is hovering in the sky space, in the environment with directed light, which is demonic. Demons know, the demons that are consumed with what is a demonic spirit are very much aware of your presence, engaging in what is that conduct of maintaining with activity, which is what Metrolink just engaged in. All right, this is what this third party coming from, what is this school parking lot, okay, as I'm walking toward that venue. This is the pattern of conduct, stalking with activity, and demons do know, and you are also deducing that from that impossible, i.e. demonic environment. Okay, so I wanted to break all of that down with regard to what are the statements and everything with regard to what I'm documenting and what I'm explaining about terrorism and how terrorism, which again, demonic activity. All right, 6X49487. And so I had to walk back down the street, like I stated, because I need to make sure that I captured all these license plates on my podcast, 8TLZ206. All right, and so that's also how you have, not only is the environment speaking to, there is no randomness, you're not just walking by, you're a stalker, and you're a demon engaging in terrorism, interstate stalking, and you are also aware of my specific presence. As you are aware of that demonic environment, you are fully armed with knowledge with regard to everything that's going on around you and with regard to what is the intent to terrorize while they're stalking, because they're not only monitoring and stalking you, they're also monitoring your documentation. 7VVV263, 8WWD996. 8RDD021, that light spot I already read, they're pacing in and out. All right. The fake sun is remaining directly over the street. Okay. And again, this is a quote unquote random street that I'm just walking down, getting license plates of the people of the state who are engaged in ceaseless stalking on behalf of the government. 5VAY900, 6KVP661. That's the significance of what is supposedly random strangers that are repeatedly crossing paths by driving by the vehicle where I'm sleeping. All right. And doing so while I'm being molested with what is directed light. Oh, it's an entire comprehensive system. 8SCD533, 5YLD947. It is the same entity, in other words. It is the state of California. Let me be clear. This government are full of puppets of Satan. Satan, in other words, having its way through a literal government body. And that's the state of California. While it is being revealed as the servant of Satan that it is, the criminal that it is, the sex offender and the kidnapper that it is, 8PGS857. And when I'm referencing the state of California, the entity, I am referencing the people of the state. They are the vicarious actor, the vicarious aspect of that entity. 7DER372. The same exact P.O.C. minions crossing the path in the street with their communication device, amplification of plane engine. Fake sun is over my head. Alrighty, it's currently 9:46 a.m. 8DML887, 8AIY522. $7KOE339, 5MVX785, 7NMA906, 8FEX399, 7JLS921, 7VGR660, 8FQR516, 5FJH807, 6DRL657, 5 All right, I'm standing in front of what is third-party facilitating venue 234. 234 on what is Laurel. So 226 Laurel Avenue, 234 Laurel Avenue, license 7 KIU 927, and license 4 MMK 545. It's 9:47 a.m. If, again, this is just an example, ongoing, consistent ability to document. 9:47 a.m. as I documented, January 22nd, 2022, I remain at the Starbucks at 1 North Vineyard Avenue, I believe, on the city of Ontario, at the intersection of Holt and Vineyard Avenue in Ontario. There since 7:35 in the morning. By the way, that's another impossibility. The actual sun, if that was it on that day, it's not over anywhere over me by an allure image at 188 Euclid Avenue at 9:02 in the morning, which again, that's just when I captured the video. It was there before then. Following, present, remaining over 630 North Fern, not over the Starbucks at 111 North Vineyard Avenue, over the vehicle, which is the pattern of conduct, remaining over me, my ability to capture that light source, and it is not over some Starbucks where I would not be able to see it, and it wouldn't be over the vehicle street for street on Columbia, for example, while she is driving on that street, and I'm documenting directed light and a fake sun over me. All right, 9:47 a.m. on that date, January 22nd, 2022. Recall my documentation. What you see in video is that which is the fake sun, Satan itself, and the minions who know of my presence. This is how you have strangers stalking. It's demonic activity, and they are specifically aware of who you are and where you are. Okay, and you are talking about what is the light source that you see while I'm on the bus, pointing my camera what is south, showing the fake sun on the bus while I'm facing south, showing the fake sun moving over what is B&G Plaza in the city of Ontario, which, by the way, is south of what is the venue of the Ovid Family Community Library. It's not, again, coexisting at the same time over my head behind me while I'm clearly facing it and showing you on camera. It is not at the same time, in other words, over the roof of the Ovid Family Community Library. No, it's not. All right, and it's moving, by the way, west in alignment with the vehicle that's driving west on Holt Boulevard in the city of Ontario after remaining for a prolonged period at a specific address. That was that Starbucks. And then I went to the Ovid Family Community Library, 1006. None of that coexists with remaining here on Laurel in Upland at 234 Laurel in the city of Upland. All right, and I captured that fake sun. 9:47 a.m. I'm also getting off of the bus, arriving in the city of Upland. The fake sun is not already present in the city of Upland over the 7-Eleven, by the way. It's in the city of Ontario, directly over my head, which is why you document that. It is an impossibility that it's at that specific bus stop. It's right over my head. This happens to be an ongoing coincidence. No, it's an impossibility, and it is not a coincidence. It's called a pattern. All right, and this pattern is revealing what is demonic. This pattern, which is demonic, is also revealing what is knowledge. Knowledge of the entity that is monitoring and stalking. These are not ordinary people. This is the demon possessed who are stalking. All right. And you are fully empowered in that regard. And that's why a government does not want it to be known. That's why Satan himself does not want it to be known. Not only because of the fact that Satan likes to do its deeds in the dark, and Satan loses power, which it doesn't. Satan doesn't have any power. Satan doesn't have any authority. But with regard to with regard to the potency of a malicious plan, if you will, when it's kept a secret, it's much more effective. It's not effective at all once your secret has been fully spoiled. And so literally deflating that which is the ammunition of the demon possessed of a government and of Satan itself. First of all, revealing demonic activity, how that works, and how you are also aware of what you may not be able to spiritually discern. You are aware of by virtue what is revealed manifestly before your eyes. You can witness it. You are witnessing demonic activity, and you also know what is known by engagement in that demonic activity while you are surrounded and in that demonic environment. It's telling you about the demons that surround you and what those demons necessarily know while that environment is around you. Okay, GROOT 75, and that's capturing still images while I'm on Laurel in the city of Upland, and you hear amplified plane engines flying over me while demons are crossing path. All right, little bony, white-faced demons stalking in the path with communication devices crossing the street. They're stalking. Fake sun is over my head, amplification of plane engines. All right, and you're listening to what again? That's Metrolink amplifying audible activity, stalking in the path, engaging in terrorism as a company, state surveillance, All right, this is massive demonic activity, and it is achieving a criminal purpose. 8HXW235 and at 9:47 a.m. is my conclusion. 9:47 a.m. capturing what is the fake sun over me in the city of Upland on the street of Laurel, a street that I've never been on and does not coexist with remaining over me on a bus, Route 61 going westbound, passing by the B&G Plaza, where then I go to what is the Ovid Family Community Library on January 22nd, 2022. 8ARE634, let alone 9:50 a.m. where I still remain at the Pomona Regional Transit Center in Los Angeles County. Okay, that is not facing what is west in the city of Ontario, coexisting. In other words, that's not both at the same time, while I'm showing you what is the unmistakable movement, necessarily so, of a light source remaining over me on one day, while I am, well, not on one day, but specifically the 22nd on one day, you see it remaining over me in the city of Ontario at a specific address, and then I go up the street to go past the B&G Plaza to the Ovid Family Community Library. This same relevant timeline is probative with regard to what is the absolute departure from that pattern, from that presence in the city of Ontario, going to what is the Pomona Regional Transit Center in Los Angeles County, and then the light source is remaining over me there. 9:50 a.m. Okay, 8DML887, stalking. All right, so you have, that's a license plate right now, it's 9:54 a.m. You have what is the light source that's remaining over me and mutually exclusive, and this is what I continue to demonstrate. So while I am on a random street and showing you what is the fake sun is over me, it is revealing what is ongoing demon-possessed actors who have no shelter from a prosecution while state surveillance is underway in the state of California. That's why a fake sun is present. All right, 8RTE233. It is an impossibility. All right, it's an impossibility with regard to what we understand, what we are told about what's supposed to be the actual sun. That's exactly why it's called the fake sun. All right, because the fake sun is literally the presence of Satan itself. 5NFV963. The presence of Satan is the ability to deduce ongoing criminal activity that you are subject to. The demon-possessed touching with directed light. The demon-possessed touching while a light source is hovering over you, 7VJM237. The demon-possessed engaging in terrorism with amplification of audible activity, stalking with the creation of audible activity, all manners of the demented conduct that the entity engages in. It is in no way no exercise of any religious rights. You don't have a right to touch. You don't have a right to stalk on behalf of the government. You don't even have a right to stalk as an individual. You can prosecute an individual stalker, but this is not a group of people who are just in some cult that are stalking together. This is the people of the state. That's the legal status with regard to prosecuting a government that is engaging in presence via a people who are of a specific condition. 5NFV963 in a specific environment. 8ARE634 engaging in specific conduct, achieving a specific objective that is criminal. Interstate stalking. 88789B3. 8YQP9. Let's see, 8YQP 815, excuse me. Alrighty, and it is currently 9:55 a.m. License 56549N1, 6FXN465, 93932J2, 7HNL223. One 98119Y2. 4AHE229. Six TTB 501. It is 9:57 a.m. 5VO5450. We got a minion at the intersection of what is Palm and, let's see, you can drive off. I'm gonna get that venue where he's driving off from. This is a demon that knows they're being documented. They're also creating light activity in the path while they start their vehicle, go outside. 8 U.S.C. 965.
6NIU 793. This is the intersection of what is Palm Avenue, 7EZA049, Palm Avenue and Verona. And it's 9:57 a.m. NZX5218, that's Texas. 4WZD413, 1UBH567, 4ZJK812, 7H83410, PGD6398, that's Texas. 4MPM286, 8PRP741. Seven SBB531, 8SON679, 6BYX756, 8UCP759, 22219M2, 7NLB315, 4MUT737, 7GTX370. All right, I want to capture what is the light source that's remaining over me as I'm documenting third parties. Not the sun, 9:59 a.m. It is so many places. The state's fake sun is over me at what is supposed to be 949 Euclid Avenue in Upland, where you see SoCal Edison. 7RZV500, the stalker. Directed light moves across the venue of what is 243 inside of this alley. That's why they're driving by. They're demons stalking with light, okay? And they're doing so under what is the fake sun as well. In doing so under what is the fake sun that is directly above me while I am, again, remaining in the at the address of 949, as I documented days ago, showing you what is the pattern of conduct by commercial actors such as SoCal Edison at 9:59 a.m. at Euclid Avenue and Foothill, where the light source is nowhere near what is 188 Euclid Avenue, the Allure Image Plaza, by the way. It's remaining over me while I'm at the McDonald's, showing you directed light all over the building. Showing you what is the fake sun that's remaining over me while I'm at that drive-through. The light source is remaining over my head. But again, 9:59 a.m. and it's currently 10 a.m. right now. And I'm showing you the fake sun that's remaining over me as I'm just walking through what's supposed to be a random parking lot. If this is the actual sun, that light source is not going to be over my head and also over my head at the same time at 10:02 a.m. while I am documenting on video 10:02 walking to the Fontana Lewis Library, and you see on video what is the fake sun that's directly over my head, and it is necessarily a fake sun. It is an impossibility while on that day, not only at that point where I'm capturing that video at 10:02 a.m. with the light source directly over my head in the parking lot of the Fontana Lewis Library in Fontana, California, but again, the fake sun remains over my head en route to the city of Fontana, to the Fontana Lewis Library. It is an impossibility in every regard. And so while I'm walking through this back alleyway documenting third-party vehicles' license plates who are engaging in state surveillance, this is why you have an environment remaining around me. This is why directed light coexists. This is why any random demon that knows exactly where I am, stalking in an alley, driving by, just as I recited their license plate, after I took images of what's the fake sun and an address, all right? You have what is a demon that crosses path in that vehicle, and direct light moves all across the garage while they do so. This is demonic. That's terrorism, and doing so on behalf of an entity. Let me be clear. The Upland Police Department engaging in that ongoing terrorism. They are one entity acting together, not separate, because they're not here at this very second. They're one entity acting together. They're the same entity pacing around, just like they were this morning while I was under the fake sun. I'm still under the fake sun now. The same pattern of conduct is underway now. This is conduct on behalf of an entity that remains engaged in that P.O.C. now, okay? And it's 10:02 a.m. And this is the fake sun that's over me, 8 UCS 676. 8 VZF 030. 6 PME 985, 8 FIJ 097, and this is also speaking to why you do not have any legal argument. You are able to document this demon affiliated with the address at 382 which would be 382 Palm Avenue, I believe, with license 8FIJ097 parked on the property while you are engaged in what is relevant positioning, which is presence on behalf of a government that is engaging in surveillance. And that's why that demon knows exactly where I am and is engaging in that terrorism, stalking, and directed light occurring with that stalking conduct, 8DJ-E627, let alone that which is not possibly the sun that's over my head while I'm subject to that surveillance and the entity monitoring that documentation. The entirety of that prosecution revealing what is an ongoing engagement and what is obstruction of justice. 8WD7234, 8WLC848, 8VEN424, 7A07326, 8SFH746, 8GNR532. Seven HR314, 8WO7234, 8EVC986, 7ZWGO22, 74058Y1. So let me see. Alrighty, I just want to show what is the light source. This address of 450 Palm Avenue, excuse me. At the intersection now at the opposite end of Palm Avenue at Arrow Highway and Palm. Yeah. And so that's an address on Palm Avenue showing what's the fake sun right over me while I'm in front of that address, which is the ongoing case while I'm documenting the people of the state engaged in the state surveillance. 7ZWG022, and you have what is the ability and the absence of any shelter from identification as a demon, as a third party, engaging in that conduct, 5615, 1F1, I believe. While that impossible environment centered on me, which is terrorism, and then you are in your house and you will have what is 38840W1 is La Roque. That's some commercial vehicle. Crossing path patrolling. That's what they're doing. 13928T2. While you are in relevant position and that impossibility is occurring over your head and direct light across the building, all over the surfaces, you don't have any shelter from the prosecution. 7NVU029, and by the way, the jig is already up. All right, it is very, very, very easy for the ordinary American citizen to prosecute once upon establishing that pattern of conduct. 12A410, Arizona. But again, you're talking about what is 6Z86517 and license 7PLT302, license 39508Y1, 8VDG354, 8VAT124. These are demons that are pacing. All right, in the aggregate, demonic activity pacing back and forth, the same entity, okay? License 23729X2, 7VCU403, 7WUZ088, 66305M1, that's Geek Squad, affiliated with what is Best Buy, using that commercial vehicle to engage in interstate stalking and terrorism. It's 10:07 a.m. It is license 5WNX695. 7NHT151, 4TLH838. It's 10:07 a.m. still. Yeah. So anyway, capturing the image, the light source is right over me while I walk up what is Palm Avenue, documenting those license plates, and I also walk down what is a side little alley where that demon drives by in a vehicle. In order to that directed light moves all across the garage as I was reciting it. This is what is ongoing after I just captured what is the fake sun. So this is the pattern of conduct. That's the conduct of Satan. All right, and doing so on behalf of an entity. 20772P2. License 4CRD861. 6SIH125. United States Postal Service 9221888. I'm sorry, 9211888. That's the vehicle number. They do not bear license plates on their vehicles while they're engaging in state surveillance and monitoring. 8LXW470, 8ZHU075.
7AFV976. 0846, I can't really see that one. 1622382, I believe. 7PWR806. And United States Postal Service crossing path again. Again, I'm on Arrow Highway, walking toward the intersection of Euclid and Holt. License 6CAT 658, 6YYE 617, 5TXC 381, 8HDJ 453, 8YNZ 354, 644ZL handicap, 8NLN 609, monitoring with this minion who's loitering at Laurel and 8NRY 385, loitering at Laurel and what is this? Arrow, 8YFD 695. All right, this is not waiting at a stop sign. They're stalking together. That's patrolling while they're driving by me on Arrow, and this is loitering in alignment with me while those demons are patrolling. They're monitoring together, okay? License 9881383. Key 6NKY154. SQP973. And on the opposite side of the street, while I'm describing what is that loitering conduct, you have another demon keeping their back to me, fake sun over my head, patrolling by demons around, and doing so the exact same thing, standing outside of the vehicle, which is license plate 8Y24748. So while I'm describing to you, this is not traffic. What you're listening to Tracy Banks saying, this is a psychopath. This is a demon, and the pattern of conduct is underway, period. But it's informative. That's why I like it. Listen to it. Listen to what the psychopath is saying. Listen to what they're talking about. And these are the delusional psychopaths that they are. Everything that is underway is already known. Okay? You got a fake sun in the window. You're stalking in the path. This is speaking to specific knowledge, intentional maintenance of presence in the path. And then you want to call it, oh, shucks. I'm late for work. Oh my goodness, I can't get by. Well, directed light is shining in the car and the fake sun is over me. It's the pattern of conduct. All right, these demons aren't rushing to get to work. They're not concerned with that. They are consumed with what is an ongoing P.O.C. that is underway while you're listening to the audible activity of a delusional psychopath. License 0213555, United States Postal Service. License 8KAB748. License 6ZPR119. So with regard to what is, as I was pointing out, this minion is not stopped at what is traffic by people where they are separate and distinct. These are minions that are patrolling by me as I'm reading their license plates. That's pacing. This minion is at the stoplight in alignment with me on the sidewalk, and that minion whose license plate I walked over on the opposite side of the street, standing outside of the vehicle with their back, they're stalking in the path together. USPS 0214334. That's the vehicle number 8TYN093 6SNV128. License 8GGK956, license 78711N1, license 78306J3, license group stalking at a red, at the stop sign, directed light on the side of the street while she's doing so, 7PRM377. So anyway, first of all, the fake sun is right here over me, so let me document that. Let me show you this. And this is at the address of what is 92 Arrow Highway. Yeah, 92 Arrow Highway at the intersection of Arrow Highway and Laurel Avenue, 8JQF150. The fake sun is right here over this house. This is where I'm standing. Directed light is moving across the house because this is where I'm standing. That's not even the sun. And by the way, it's 10:12 a.m. The fake sun is over supposedly the Upland Public Library yesterday, while I am first of all sitting outside, which is not existing while I'm walking on the street of, again, these houses where I'm walking on what was Palm Avenue. That's not coexisting. I'm showing you the fake sun that's over that specific house. This is why you document, okay? That's not the sun. But let alone there's the bigger picture. The fake sun is also then remaining for the duration of the day, as is already the case with regard to documentation, even as Satan itself is then engaging and witnessing my revealing to the world what is the very real presence of Satan, which, let me be clear, Satan and the demon possessed do not want you to know that. All right, and so you're talking about what is covering up the light source, which is not the actual sun as we know it. That's why it's exactly referred to as what it is, the fake sun. It's indeed a light source that's in the sky, but that's not the sun that we know. It is an impossibility that you have it over your head and it's remaining over me for an entire day wherever it is that I'm at. It is to the exclusion of wherever it is that you are. You're witnessing the demonic, that impossibility, which is Satan itself. 4SVK711, license, 0213557. That's the United States Postal Service. This is why I show you those demons' faces, all right, that wear the USPS uniforms. 4SVK711, because they like to be documented, and I want to show you the faces of Satan. I recognize the City of Upland, license BT32D61, wearing a paper plate on that city municipality vehicle. So you have what is the fake sun that is over this venue right here at 92 Arrow Highway in the city of Upland, and the state's fake sun. Remember, while I'm at Dunkin' Donuts, it's captured directly over the roof of the Dunkin' Donuts at 355 South Mountain Avenue. That also does not coexist. It's not at the same time over the roof, where you're looking at what is directed light appearing and disappearing inside of the Upland Public Library. But yet I'm standing right here, which is not over the roof of any Upland Public Library, by the way. Not only is this not the sun, in other words, take back big picture analysis. That's not the sun, already shown that. But you're talking about what is also revealing what is literally stalking and moving around as I move, regardless of how pure, how raw and bare before your eyes it is made known what Satan is doing, what a demon-possessed people are doing, what a government is doing. All right. And so what they are doing with regard to what is terrorism, when you are documenting it, you're a terrorist, you're engaging in terrorism, with regard to the documentation that you're monitoring, with regard to that obsessive stalking that you are engaging in as a matter of documentation while you're monitoring that documentation, 7WHA184. And you have the fake sun that's over this venue of 92 Arrow Highway, which is impossible to coexist with what is the presence of the directed light that's supposed to be the sun as the form for that directed light, which is not. Okay, it's not. All right, because you're talking about it's remaining over the Fontana Lewis Library. Again, when I'm arriving at the venue of the Fontana Lewis Library on that day when the library is closed, this is what I'm capturing at 10:02 a.m. this particular day. The light source remains over me in the city of Fontana. I go back to the Fontana Metrolink train station. This is what you're understanding with regard to that big picture. So with regard to where I am today, right now, at Arrow and Laurel, the fake sun is over 92 Arrow Highway, directed light moving across 92 Arrow Highway. The identification of what is a system, an entity, indiscriminate with regard to what is demon possession and the identification of that. And also you're talking about what is the demon who I documented stalking with their back to me. I read their license plate. That's the P.O.C. I just want to point that out. 7BXL219. These are demons who are pacing around. 09418Y1. 8NRB743, including USPS, 7TJC071, license, 8UEM353, I can't really see that one, KTSYRMS, I believe. All right, it is currently 10:16 a.m. License plate. This is a demon that is stalking 8Z73196. Alrighty, and so you just have the demons of USPS getting out of their vehicles to cross path, doing so under a fake sun and directed light is the P.O.C. MASANBR. Doing so, again, as I documented, for example, outside of 630 North Fern, and those demons run around the vehicle while the state's stalking by helicopter with flashlights. Those are demons. 73996D. All right. They do not have any legitimacy. You are showing them as the goofy demons, the stalkers that they are. You're looking at what is Satan calling itself something other than Satan. United States Postal Service, 7AET070. License, 6BPP911, carrying her communication device in her hand while she crosses path. I am the focus. And you also know that because the fake sun is over my head. It's 10:17 a.m. Stalking in the path by delivering the 92 Arrow Highway. That's the minion of United States Postal Service. Directed light and pacing by the people of the state this is monitoring together. 8NRB743. It's 10:17 a.m. And the light source remains over 92 Arrow Highway. I've already documented the maintenance of the fake sun remaining over me. Not only am I on the bus going back to Ontario on January 27, 2022, I remain at 630 North Fern in the city of Ontario in conflict with that light source moving from that venue this morning at 8:14 a.m. while the vehicle leaves, and I'm inside of it. 8RYF920. Alrighty, it is currently 10:18 a.m. The light source is also, as I'm capturing it, in United States Postal Service is stalking in the path, monitoring with the demons who are patrolling in vehicles, monitoring with the demons who live in relevant position where I am right now. You have what is the light source that is not over the roof of the Upland Public Library, as I've captured in video at 10:19 in the morning. All right, it's 10:18 right now. 8GAS 924. License plate. These are demons that are pacing. License 6WCJ 682. Monitoring with communication devices 96912E2. License 63479B3. License 7PLT302. 8ZQH 758. Directed light on the wall while this old white-faced demon crosses path coming down the side alley. License 7EQE431. 8HQK888. 7NQF112. And directed light across the venue where United States Postal Service is stalking and delivering mail to that venue, 7GHT777. All right, this is the address of what is 34 Arrow Highway, 8AQM974, 22 Arrow Highway, 7FPY010, license, and 14 Arrow Highway. This is where this demon of USPS is delivering mail. That's called crossing the path, okay? And direct light moving across those venues. License GMATRCK, 8JAK482, 8XTU247. License 9064YY1, I believe. 90644Y1. 4LMG091. That's IVRS, the logo on that building. The logo on that truck. 6ZTJ433. 7PTY768. 086MJR. And again, this is directed light across the venues of those that I just recited. While United States is on foot, that's crossing the path with a communication device. USPS is monitoring. Directed light is moving across the venues, as I've already shown you on video. I showed you that black, that heavy, fat third party. I'm describing her that way because she's a disgusting creature inside and out. It's a demon. This is Satan. Wearing the same USPS uniform as I documented on Euclid Avenue days ago, under what is the fake sun. And it is the same exact conduct that I showed you, that directed light, the demons of the people of the state. 82165F2, the same demonic entity and directed light coexisting with their crossing a path. Impossible light activity, they're stalking. 5KLC853, stalking with the United States Postal Service, who is on foot, crossing path. All right, while that directed light is moving across the venues, 8PBX508, and they are monitoring together. This is what's underway at Arrow Highway while I'm reading these addresses, which I'll remind you of. I'm right here at 22 Arrow Highway, 55260W2. 7TDH844, and while USPS is on foot crossing path just wearing a uniform, all right, a demon, the same, criminal monitoring underway, the same, 21594B3, BMANLUV, 7XYJ693, 5YCC583, 7EMZ958, 6PXD861, WA6IQL. You have what is, and I captured this demon that's wearing that USPS uniform while I'm standing at what is the venue at the intersection of Arrow and I believe that was 92 Arrow Highway. 6XWL870. So while this minion is then just walking down the street, which is the means of presence of the path on the sidewalk, she's stalking, wearing a USPS vehicle, just directed light moving all around. That's how they're engaging in the monitoring right now. And the fake sun remains over my head. 02876W1. That's what's so spectacular about documenting the government. BADKAT9, 8AED526, 7NGB737, 6XEC981, M208YO, 9E21883, 8KWU444, 8MLF476, D956, Z1, 7ZZT378, 8KPE403, 8ZLH728, 7CWK375, 7CDV927, VO98ZO, 8MTZ416, and it is 10:23 a.m. 4SEY577, 6XOC052, 31024S2, 39321N2, and let's see, 8EOE243, LOTTLUZ HAWWAHE, 6MAA544, 4ULT104, 74625D3, 6AQA214, 5JSF643, 7EQE431, 8LTN461, 5SLD603, 31235P1, 6YKU077, alrighty, and that is documentation of what is, as I've documented U.S.P.S. before, but like I said, documentation of U.S.P.S. engaging in that demonic criminal activity with the people of the state, facilitating it both ways. License plate, BSTOLO, I believe, 8FYS746, 7GXK219, 6PJD892, 93167G2, Frontier Communications, 8TYE000, 8EQX861, 7XMA517, 6U48659, 26429B1, 8YMM803, 6PJD08, 6PJD892, 13519A1, 8VAU827. That's a Navy man, and let me be clear, that's a demon associated with the Navy, engaging in terrorizing and monitoring in violation of the very Constitution while they are in relevant positions, stalking, and as I'm documenting them at 10:25 in the morning in Upland, California. License 5KLP941, 7WGX333, 6VDU909, 7N11253, 8WSC677, 7GMD840, 4VGK876, 8KEV401, 8CNP193, 3020883, that's vehicle 66175, the Demons of American Medical Response, 4VHU227, 6VGM722, 7RAV427, 8WSG186, 7VJV837. It's at 10:25 a.m. And the fake sun remains over me, not over the Upland Public Library, which is the case where I'm showing you the images of the fake sun over these venues that I'm documenting this morning, walking on the streets of Palm Avenue and Arrow Highway and Laurel. 7VJV83, sorry, I read that one. 02512V2, C845V1, 5MXM503, BZT7928, Arizona, 8DUP769, 7TEY506, 8LLJ116, NCR FLR, 8HHW479, 81882L1, 7KZ, I can't really see that one, 5RXG090, 25649J1, 7FCW326, license 00380F3, 7VYW644, 7AXL425, 7GPN005, 7RKJ382, 8TWJ448, 6HVR390, 8C48798, 386YS handicap, 6LCG375, 8BES599, 8RRC121, 8WIL946, 8YMA116, 8W62699, Vertex Waste Management Company, license 7G71555, 8UKY395, 40371B1, 7PXX623, 8COU866, 7AXL425, 8ZFS777, 5XEA704, CA38D77, that's paper, 8FOA119, 8TTU158, 6GLP267, 31440N2, 8VPX535, 7Y33058, 8UNC772, 6RZF 410, 8VQM762, 8XUB072, 8UMC164, 5XYZ193, 8SJZ626, I believe, 85135V2, 6YWR651, 8MTY597, 6BIY613, 5HUX595, And it is currently, by the way, 10:28 a.m. 7 GMP 005, in case I didn't read that one. 6 UJT 832. 7 LMB 200. 8 SWG 412. Bell Cab crossing path again. License 82524K2. 8 SMW 854. 6 TXU 130. 7X 73019. San Bernardino County Fire. License 8 NID 628. 6 UOT 932. San Bernardino County Fire is license 1549897, I believe. 1549587. 79544B3. 8 EMT 193. 16223R2. 92351E3. 8C11379. 9F91357. This is Pepsi. U.S. dot. I can't really see the U.S. dot number, but this is Pepsi Cola with license 9F91357. License 6U. I think I read that one already. 8MND450. 8RBG938. 03997B3. 7UXL826. 8YCT678. 7MBU480. 8WTH123. 7EKC337. 6PDT357. 5WPT909. 7RPG082. 6N32772. Alrighty, license ALLNWGN 6K90197. 8LWC848, that's Pepsi Cola using a truck to stalk with audible activity as I move to a different position. That's a demon driving that commercial vehicle. 7ZAE859. Yeah. License 8COT149. License 7RBR292, I believe. 7RZH976. US dot 62. I can't remember. US dot 6292947. That's the US dot for Pepsi Cola. 4RM2748 is the back license plate on that truck with the logo of Pepsi Cola. License 79163S1. 7MQU973. 7NUA985. 7GBD925. 7P83527. 8GYP472. 7WGH441. 8SYZ521. EY203 handicap. 8P35501. 7PLF 683. 5XCD090. License 6CLF719. License 7N51408. License 8R47539. Ashley Home Furniture, US dot 1573961. The license plate is 27077Y2. 6XNV911. 8CMZ130. 8CSX065. 8YNX285. Vertec Waste Management 76366G1. 8BAF272. License 8LQG876. 6V38418. License 7XRE788. License 7DRF385. What I captured on video for you to see is, first of all, the light source is unmistakably directly over my head. You can see the street sign that's directly over my head. The fake sun is present, and this is showing what is the absence and the necessary absence of the light source, by the way. 89383G2. Crossing path while with directed light that remains present, and the fake sun over my head at this intersection, which is the case while I'm documenting the terrorism as it is underway by the federal government, which is what the United States Postal Service represents, by the way, engaging in what is a violation of federal law while that terrorism is underway by the federal government and facilitating criminal activity. The federal government facilitating that criminal activity with the people of the state. All right, so just want to be clear. 5EWL818, and what I'm documenting is the absence of the light source. It is not at the same time remaining not only over me on a bus en route from the Pomona Regional Transit Center to the B&G Plaza in the city of Ontario. It is not simultaneously remaining present over the Upland Public Library while I am not even on the property, not on that side of the street, have not been to that property yet. But again, my documentation when I am already inside of that venue, when I am already present, arriving, where's the light source? Directly over my head, which is exactly what I captured yesterday when I'm showing you at what is 9:59 in the morning. Again, this morning at 9:59 in the morning, I'm showing you in a distinctly different location the fake sun that's over me, right? The light source is directly over my head while I'm already on the grounds of the Upland Public Library. This is showing what is consistent with regard to what is not possibly the actual sun. Not only with regard to what is not the sun, but the demonic environment that the people of the state are facilitating and are present pursuant. This is revealing demon possession. These are demons such as 7JHS243, a demon that's engaging in criminal activity. All right, this is state surveillance and terrorism, 8729483, which the people of the state, license 4SNJ992, represents the people of the state, a demon who is stalking on behalf of the government, engaging in what is criminal monitoring. 8HSG949, which is City of Upland 1592856, 8FFE595, and 7RYH166. The entity engaging in what is directed light moving across the venues right here while I'm on the opposite side. And this is why I'm capturing the images of the United States Postal Service. I'm capturing what is the fake sun right over me at these venues, which is not over at the same time anywhere near the property. I'm not going to be able to see the light source through the window of the Upland Public Library showing the, what is that? The library of the I want to call it it's the 123 D Street. I cannot recall the name of the library right now. That is right outside of the window of the Upland Public Library, Carnegie Library, excuse me. And you have the Carnegie Library located at 123 D Street in Upland. I'm not able to see that vantage point. I'm showing you what is maintenance of the light source right over my head at the arrow. I'm at the intersection. The arrow street sign is right over my head. You see the fake sun right over my head. And again, showing what is, and what you juxtapose is the documentation that's already published. The light source is over me while I'm inside of the Upland Public Library at an earlier time. It is remaining over me while I'm walking from whatever direction that is to the same venue of the Upland Public Library, which also is shown on January 20th, 2022, 8YME886, where you are looking at my arrival after the 1 o'clock hour. And the light source is also not over the Upland Public Library. It's over me at the same intersection of Arrow and Euclid, where directed light is coexisting with the crossing path by demons such as 8NKM257. So this is the pattern of conduct, and I'm capturing that video. It's directly relevant to what is the maintenance of the fake sun while I documented the people of the state today and what are third-party facilitating venues on the streets where they live, their license plates, while that ongoing environment remains over me, which is an impossibility, speaking to that CEASELESS pattern of conduct, subject to that surveillance while you are inside of whatever venue where it is you live. P.O.C. Alrighty, 7SMJ504, 7VLA330. It is 10:40 a.m. And as I captured in that video, the light source is nowhere near being over the Upland Public Library. It's on the opposite side of the street, right over me, over which you see the street sign of Arrow Highway. And that is also, again, not only is it not over the Upland Public Library, this is common sense, as I have already pointed out. It is also not remaining in any city of Ontario. It's not over the Dunkin' Donuts all day long, which is what I documented on February 6, 2022. The light source is not remaining over at the same time, which is what is necessarily going to be the case, but it's an impossibility. And so that's why I include that, because it's a non-argument. That's a non-starter, and it's an unreasonable suggestion. The actual sun is not an omnipresent object, and it is also, again, where I'm documenting it on one day, and then even down to the minute and second of down to the hour and minute of the same time. And for example, being in Pomona in Los Angeles County, that's an impossibility. And to go farther, this is why I suggest it is not at the same time remaining over some sky space over the Pomona Regional Transit Center, and also right here over me in the city of Upland at the McDonald's at 100 East Foothill Boulevard. That's an impossibility, and it is not a coexistent occurrence. It is exclusive with regard to what is showing what is not the sun. All right, and so as I showed, what is while I'm at that venue of the third parties, the people of the state, and I'm documenting their license plates, I'm documenting what is the venue
and that's the identification of the venue, the fake son itself, which is Satan. This is demonic. With regard to what is criminal, it is entirely demonic, and it is the conduct of an entity. So you are understanding what you are documenting. I am documenting the address of the entity where the pattern of conduct of federal group stalking and monitoring is underway. That's why that which is not actually the son, not possibly the son, is also over that venue, which you clearly see as a matter of documentation. That's why directed light is coexisting with my presence there. Directed light, which is an impossible occurrence. All right, light does not just manifest out of nowhere inexplicably onto surfaces. This is demonic. This is the presence of what is Satan, and it is present on the venues where the people of the state are being documented at their addresses, as I did this morning, while I remain subject to that surveillance, while demons are inside of the homes. And like I stated before, while I'm walking by that school, walking through those neighborhoods, the light source remains directly over me, and this is speaking to what is knowledge of the demon possessed, who also know that I am there. I want to be clear. You're not only capable of identifying the environment and those who are around you by virtue of that environment, which is an entire impossibility. It's an impossible natural occurrence. It is that which is demonic. You are thereby aware of what are the conduct. What is the substance of the condition of those who surround you? What is the criminal activity of those that are around you? And also with regard to what is their knowledge. You don't have to try to. You're not talking about some ability to read the minds. You're aware of what is knowledge deduced on that impossibility of that environment. You know that this is not the sun. When you're in Florida, you got a light space over your head, you already know that it's not the sun because you have access to what is documentation showing you what is the maintenance of a light source that's not possibly the sun over me all day long. There is no time where the light source is going to be over the same shared sky space of Florida. I don't think so. It's remaining over the roof, over D Street in the city of Upland while I'm at the Upland Public Library. And then when I don't go to the Upland Public Library, like I documented this morning, and I document the people of the state in their venues by address and license plate, you have what is the light source not over the Upland Public Library as it customarily is because that's where I'm at. You have it directly over me, over those venues, which is a method of documenting the demon-possessed who have no shelter from that federal prosecution. That's why I'm able to capture what is that fake sun over my head at that precise street sign of Arrow Highway, well after the 10 o'clock hour. It's like 10:30 in the morning when I'm capturing this. It's currently 10:44 right now. The light source is over the Upland Public Library now. I want to be clear, capturing it at what is 8:51 in the morning, passing over this same venue of the Upland Public Library, which is not the sun. That is ongoing evidence of what is not the sun, while the light source remains until after 4 o'clock and into the 5 o'clock hour, over the same building, aiming light into the same building. That's not the sun. And that's how you know, I'm just using Florida as an example, whatever state that you're in, that's not the actual sun that's over you. You are witnessing what is the presence of Satan. You are thereby informed. You are understanding the chain of knowledge that you are equipped with. You know that this is Satan. You know that these are demons that surround you. You also are made aware of what is criminal activity that you're subject to. Surveillance and violation. In the United States, it's a violation of existing federal law. All right, and it is the government's pattern of conduct. Right, this is the P.O.C. by the state. This is the prosecution of the government, who is engaging in what is group stalking. It's entirely satanic. While the people of the state are nothing other than minions. They're third parties acting on behalf of the state, a minion itself. All right. So this is how you are equipped with all of that knowledge that is working together. It is incredibly incriminating with regard to that prosecution and the exposure to such prosecutions. While, as you hear, the federal government documented today engaging in surveillance, engaging in criminal activity. The federal government, that's the United States Postal Service. They take an oath. They are demons heavily documented, engaging in multiple acts of terrorism, okay? Engaging in all manner of demented, showing very highly disturbing level of conduct while they engage in obsessive stalking. This is that which is precipitating from that demon possession. It is literally Satan in operation over people. These demons happen to be wearing United States Postal Service uniforms, which is a shame. But this is the case. And so you're understanding what is, again, indiscriminate demon possession. There is no exception. That is why you have what is, again, directed light by occurring inside of a car where an entity necessarily knows where it is that I'm at. That's an impossible occurrence, directed light. It is the signature of what is a demon who is stalking and doing so on behalf of a government, subject to what is a system of surveillance. That is why you have what is the absence of the light source over the building in conflict with what is already published documentation. The light source over the roof of this building being the Upland Public Library when I'm inside of it at an earlier time, such as 10:19, such as 10:09.
in the morning, arriving at 10:05 in the morning. All right. These are examples of as I've isolated the P.O.C. to the Upland Public Library, and then also the fact that it's remaining for the duration of the day. All right. At 4:43 p.m., showing you what is not possibly the sun while I'm inside of the same Upland Public Library is documentation of remaining for the duration of the day. So I'm going to show you now. It's 10:47 a.m. The presence of the fake sun that's directly over the roof while I'm at the entrance of the Ovid family community. Excuse me, not Ovid. At the entrance of the Upland Public Library, and that is unmistakable. I will show you. It is no question with regard to where I'm at. It's Upland Public Library at 450 North Euclid Avenue. Fake sun is now over on this side of the street, not over the street sign, which is on the opposite side of the street, distinct from that location, not coexisting, moving as I move and remaining over my head. It's 10:47 a.m. P.O.C. Alrighty, and I did capture that. The light source set is over at what is, again, the Upland Public Library. And arriving as I arrive, that's called stalking with light. And that is that which is not the sun. The sun is not following everyone, but by the way, because I'm not just with regard to what I'm documenting, because it's supposed to be the sun, then this will be a shared experience by everyone, and it's not. It is an impossibility, first of all, for the actual sun to remain and follow as you go, wherever it is that you're going. And also not only following where you go as you go, but also doing so at what is a documented inconsistency, excuse me. And so in other words, as I go to the Upper Public Library at 10 o'clock in the morning, the fake sun is over me as I'm there and remaining over me en route to that location. The next day, I do not go to the Upland Public Library. I remain, for example, at the Vaughn's parking lot. Let's say I do that, which I've also done, gone from Ontario to the Fontana Metrolink train station to get on the Route 61 and then get off in Upland and not arrive until after 1 o'clock. The light source is not over the Upland Public Library by necessity while I am documenting that trail that I took from city to city, starting from Ontario. And you're looking at the fake sun over me while I'm on the bus. And arriving at the Fontana Metrolink train station, taking off on another bus route, the fake sun remaining in alignment with me while I'm on that distinctly different bus route, headed to what is the city of Upland, and the fake sun remaining over me and the entire time is the absence of the light source over the Upland Public Library, contrary to what I documented 24 hours earlier, which would be the fake sun being over the Upland Public Library. That's how you are aware of what is the fake sun. Okay, because that's not the sun. If the sun is over the Upland Public Library, if this is the case, you can grab popcorn and come and watch the sun rising over the Upland Public Library on a day-to-day basis, at least until we change the time back an hour, which would only be a variation with regard to an hour. All right, you're talking about what is all manner of conflict with regard to maintenance and following with a light source that is not possibly the sun. Guess who else is following? The demons who surround. They're identified as the people of the state. Literally, you're looking at Satan walking all around, Satan driving all around, Satan living all around, Satan working all around. That's what that environment reveals. All right, and it is an entirely impossible environment, and it is an environment that is right in your face. All right. And so with regard to that public corruption, because that's what that is. All right. You're talking about the ease with which, upon establishing that precedent, that it is indeed a reality. This is no means of you're not going to kidnap your way out of revealing the fact that Satan and Satan's minions are engaged in criminal activity. You're not going to harass and steal your way. You can steal on my property. I'm going to prosecute. I'm going to sue you, and you're going to federal prison. The necessary facilities that are relevant with regard to the criminal activity that's already documented by a people and by a government. They engaged in all manner of obstruction of justice for which they shall pay under the law. Like I said, upon establishing the precedent that this is a very real criminal system, it's very easy to document because it's right in your face. Literally walk up and down your neighborhood and document every single last one of those minions who have no shelter from that federal prosecution, prosecuted as a sex offender on behalf of the government, prosecuted as a terrorist in concert with the government, prosecuted as what is a criminal facilitator of what is that criminal activity, which is surveillance in violation of existing federal law. It's very easy. That's why I can walk down a neighborhood street and still be molested with directed light, a fake sun remaining over my head, not over the Upland Public Library. You have what is the ongoing molestation across surfaces all around me while that fake sun remains over by traffic, which is an impossible occurrence, light shooting around like it's Star Trek onto what are venues that are where I'm standing around. That's how you're able to capture that.
It is Satan that is following around. Satan is following you. Satan is documented inside of that venue of 92 Arrow Highway in Upland, California, in relevant position, while the presence of Satan is deduced by that directed light. The presence of Satan is deduced by the fake sun over that venue. The presence of Satan is documented with regard to the people of the state who are surrounding around, including the federal government, United States Postal Service, who are subjecting you to this criminal system of surveillance. Yes, you will be documented by your address wherever it is the people of the state are residing in a venue, because that's what that is. You are identified as the people of the state. The people of the state residing at what is 92 Arrow Highway in the city of Upland, where directed light is serving to threaten my life and subject me to monitoring by a people who are stalking and using that venue. That's exactly how it's going to be documented. That's exactly what it is. And it is very, very easy upon establishing what is that precedent. So I have undertaken the feat of showing what is the very real criminal system by what is the people of the state who are of this condition of demon possession. Not only are many of them fat and sloppy, disgusting creatures on the outside, they're disgusting on the inside, because you cannot see physically what is that demon possession that is all over them as they are living, walking around with the spirit of death on them. All right, that spirit of death is relevant to what is criminal conduct, which is very real with regard to, in the United States, we actually have a constitution. We actually have what are supposed to be constitutional rights, and the government having no business engaging in what I'm documenting, the government has no business doing this. Okay, this is an unprecedented criminal system that's underway, and doing it with the people of the state. All right, so you're talking about the criminal being the government holding the hands of the people of the state, holding hands together, engaging in criminal activity. It goes, there's even another level. You're talking about Satan itself, the government holding hands with Satan, engaging in criminal activity, and then thinking that it's never going to be able to be identified or prosecuted, or thinking that you can obstruct your way out of justice, in other words, even if it is identified, which is what I've done. But you're talking about what is establishing precedent. You're not getting out of that. You're going to establish what is the necessity with regard to how you're going to restrain Satan. Okay, Satan is going to federal prison. Satan's going to go into whatever mental ward is necessary. You're talking about all the ways in which you want to obstruct justice, because Satan is a untamable beast. All right, but it's like I said, you're dealing with people. You're dealing with people, and you can tame those beasts. All right, that have that inferior spirit on them. And so, like I said, this is not a preaching session. I'm not preaching. I'm prosecuting, and I am prescribing, like I said at the outset. This is identity of what is a demon possession. Literally, Satan is telling on its own minions now, as this entire system has been flipped on its head. All right, and it is out in plain view, and you are perfectly capable of documenting it and in the way that I have this morning, and you are looking at the same impossible environment that coexists. The same demonstration of demon possession, in other words. While you want to demonstrate that you're a demon and you're stalking, you're engaging in what is terrorism and state surveillance, for which is a very serious prosecution, a federal prosecution. Okay? And this particular fact pattern, like I said, the people of the state are documented as kidnappers. The people of the state are documented as thieves. All right? Very, very desperate and obsessively engaged in criminal stalking and trying to engage in every manner of obstruction of justice. And this is what is relevant to the pattern of conduct when you're documenting federal group stalking and monitoring. Right? So you're talking about what all the criminal activity that you are subject to by an entity. All right? And documenting that, it's relevant to what is obstruction of justice while you're documenting the pattern of conduct by government. All right? And so it is currently 10:55 a.m. You have nothing other than demons. That they are identified as the people of the state. They are working at the Upland Public Library. They are maintaining presence all around outside of the Upland Public Library. Satan itself is present, cycling directed light into the Upland Public Library. And the demons are engaging in what is maintenance of presence in the path while they are engaged in that criminal monitoring in violation of Title 18. They're monitoring with communication devices. And that's why the fake sun is captured over the roof of the Upland Public Library, as opposed to where it was at 10:31. I'm on the opposite side, standing at the Arrow Highway street sign, and you see that light sign, that light source that is not already over the Upland Public Library, which would have been the case if it was the actual sun. But you don't see that. You see what is that pattern of maintaining presence over me. All right. It is currently 10:56 a.m. and this is P.O.C. All right, showing you what is images of pacing. These demons walking up and down the stairs. This is positioning inside of the venue. As I get off the elevator, directed light is present inside of the Upland Public Library, and doing so in what is that engineered light. This is done by employees and patrons alike. They're all demons. Okay, this is state surveillance. Movement around in that engineered light is a pattern of conduct, and it is the ongoing criminal objective while directed light remains inside of the venue. And it's 10, like I said, this presence in and of itself, being present for the duration of the day until after 4 p.m.
4:43 p.m. You can pick an hour because the actual sun is not remaining over a venue all day long, a specific address all day long, as I have consistently documented, not only up in Public Library, but every venue as I isolate the P.O.C. It's currently 10:58 a.m. and that's the demonic pacing that's underway as I arrive on the first level of the Upland Public Library. It's 10:58 a.m. 8JJL396, license BF54H53, paper 8YHA287, 6XTJ954. It is currently 6:33 p.m. These are minions stalking in the path on the sidewalk outside of the Upland Public Library, where the state kept a fake sun for an excess of about 9 hours total, capturing from on the same street again from a LORRAINE image, which is at D Street and 9th, and the walk to the Upland Public Library is on the same exact Euclid Avenue. It is less than 4 minutes. It's on the opposite side of the same block, and showing what is a light source that is aiming specifically into the venue of the Upland Public Library as I capture at 5:12 p.m. And that is the last video documentation that I captured with regard to what is the maintenance of the light source. That is not the sun. And this is speaking to exactly what I documented with regard to the documentation of third parties who are the people of the state documenting what are third party facilitating venues where that light source is specifically over me, specifically over that venue, including while I am out in public, documenting what is law enforcement, Upland Police Department, and the Los Angeles County Sheriff, who was crossing path at 9th Street and Euclid Avenue today. Upland Police group stalking, that is vehicle number. I can't see that vehicle number. It is currently, by the way, 6:35 p.m. And what you're listening to, this is facilitation. Upland Police, as I'm documenting their presence, are monitoring with the third party that is engaging in that activity creation that you're listening to. It's 6:35 p.m. C8FWK256.
Knock it off.
License 7RQJ067. You have what is a light being aimed onto me from ARCO 2821914 from ARCO. So this is a demon that's at a gas stall at the ARCO at 8th and Euclid Avenue, aiming light into this direction. This is a molestation while they are at a distance and light is touching on my person. That's directed light, not headlights. And I'm reading a license plates of minions who are crossing paths to that ongoing touching. 8FSK502, 8DX897, I believe, substantially similar. And in addition to what is this molestation at third party facilitating venue ARCO in the city of Upland, you have what is a demon that is in front of the vehicle on the opposite side of that red light, using their hazard lights, and then they cross path by moving from remaining stationary in the street with that light activity, flashing lights, hazard lights. 6CUU743, 8DXR893 is the correct license plate, by the way. It is 6:37 p.m. That is the concerted activity by demons who are stalking in the path with light. They're acting together. And of course, directed light is cycling through the vehicle itself. It's 6:37 p.m. 8000UF3, I believe. That's a large truck. 8DMU357. 8ELP, I can't really see that. You describe that. 8UAF596. 8VDH399. 95508X1. 7XTY249.
Represents San Bernardino County. She says her bill, SB 299, would provide access to the state victims.
7HKS544, 8HQP917, 8VPU782, 6ZGT646, 7HWH471.
Advocacy director for Oakland-based community group Youth Alive. He said he's seen first.
It's 6:39 p.m. 35209A3 at 8th Street in Harrington. This is where going down this little narrow side street, Harrington, flashing light. That's light activity. It's also demonic. This is terrorism while an entity stalks with that creation of light. And that's where that last license plate I recited is group stalking in the parking lot, using their vehicle as a means of maintenance of light in the path. 8XHT, I can't see the rest of it, you can scratch that one. 7LZS877, 7YUA286.
The trial began today for the only Kentucky police officer facing criminal charges in the
8SHN 992, 8VIF 266.
Brett Hankerson is charged with a low-level felony for shooting into
8DZK 369.
Of Taylor. The Kansas City
4617 46117H3, excuse me.
To a black man who was wrongly arrested
8SAS 831
and held for 3 weeks before being found in
7NBS 142 8NYG 198 5JWE 004 862SZ handicap license plate 7PAV 325 02691R1 7HUC 466.
Allowed to own or possess them. Investigators also took nearly 50,000.
You got a demon walking in directed light on the passenger side of the freeway. This is adjacent to where is the mobile that is on the opposite Mountain Green where I documented Dunkin' Donuts. 6UVX 755 walking on the sidewalk. This minion is walking in directed light. She has multiple shadows. That's a crossing path conduct. 6UVX 755 is at the freeway entrance. This is where this is at the 10 freeway.
A domestic violence or other restraining
7WAP 344.
Tuned right now, be it in LA, the Central Valley, or Northern California, can remain on the
8RKF 425.
Day 2, I might add. This Winter Fund Drive is the biggest fundraiser of the year for this radio station that relies almost total
6LCD 145 8KHAD 8KAD 072 I believe 8VRN 799
we're up to 11 contributors
8ACS 058
Southern California. Let's hear from you. 818-985
6PEB 731 21004C2
KPFK.org Northern Central
7
California.
I read that one 8XJY 382 01445F1 7NW 540 substantial somewhere. Can't really see the rest of
San
them.
Francisco, Margaret in Bolinas, Jacqueline in Richmond, Lynn in Berkeley, anonymous contributor from Hillsboro, Oregon, and Playa del Rey.
38529S2.
For your contributions, won't you please join them? Get us up to that 20 that we need. You're listening to KPFA in Berkeley, KPFK in Los Angeles, KFCF in Fresno, online at kpfa.org.
Look at all that water and stuff out there.
This is Brian Edwards.
They got to market outdoors. It's just kind of odd.
6AKS 996
Conversation about what's in the news.
8PCH 846 I believe. CJP 0445 that's Arizona. BT24C51, that's a paper plate on a white Tesla. At currently 4th and Mountain Street in Ontario. 6TEG891, 7AQL 594. 8TSG 528. 8WBX 667. 5FFS 574, 7ZYR 510, 8SPD 137, 6GDV 463, 6DJU 955, 8XUA 459, 7ZGS 096, 5UNM 327, 4RHK 682, 6JWD 898, 6SWP 638, 7CEN 005. BIGWORM CB33L92, that's a paper plate, and you have what is Pepe's towing, I believe. You got a large tow truck maintaining presence outside of the on the side of the street where the Del Taco. We're at the intersection of G and Mountain right now, and it's 647. So maintaining presence on the side of the street with that tow truck 7XYS 486. It's 6:47 p.m. 6HGJ 089. License 8JZE213. This is surveillance at Del Taco. 8PCN571. License 8S07933. 7ZBX373. 7YXH774.
To the change. Hello.
Hi, 353?
Mild sauce, please.
Okay. Thank you. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. May I have some extra napkins, please?
There you go.
Thank you so much. You too.
It's 6:50 p.m. 5ECB 646. This is P.O.C. at Del Taco. Again, that is 5ECB 646. License 7FYA180. In case I did not read that one already.
I like my quesadilla.
8VCR310. 8JMX754. 51719E1. 7ZCC399, 8Y15191, 6YEE424, 8VQW328, 8VXA914. 8FZX677, 8BES439, 8TXM052. All right, you have what is the same, stalking with light while I'm in the vehicle and reciting license plates of third parties. The environment is being maintained. Not only is there just inexplicable 50843J3 inexplicable directed light that's appearing in the dark. She's driving on a dark street. You have what are demons using their hazard lights in the driveway for purposes of cross path stalking in the path of light, and also you're understanding what is the bigger picture, the significance of what is showing what is impossible with regard to the maintenance of the light source on a strip of street that is literally less than, you're talking about 500 yards, if less than that, okay, where the light source remained today from a LORRAINE image at 188 North Euclid Avenue to the Upham Public Library, where again it's over the entrance as I arrive at the venue, not already present, as is already documented as well. 10:05 a.m., 10:19 a.m. over the roof. 8KPW700, that's a license plate. This is what I already went through this morning with regard to analyzing that. But in addition to that, you have what is the light sources I'm capturing at as early as 9:02 in the morning on video at 188 North Euclid Avenue, and at 450 North Euclid Avenue, which is the Upham Public Library, which I am inside of, and I'm able to capture at 4:14 p.m. and again at 5:12 p.m. what is the maintenance of a light source that is remaining visible. And this is through what would be the opposite side of the entrance of the Upham Public Library. So I'm entering facing what is south, while I'm inside of the venue. The building, the windows are facing south, and you can see this light source, and you're also looking at what is not sunlight that is shooting like a laser horizontally through the glass windows. This is not sunlight. All right, this is directed light, and that's also not going to be the maintenance of the actual sun over that building, anywhere near that building, after 9 a.m., let alone after the time of entry again, which was 10:47 a.m. I captured the still image of the light source over the entrance doors. And again, I've documented that earlier. Based on where time I arrive is when the light source is capable of being documented over that venue, as it's following me there. And as I show in my documentation, it's not simultaneous presence over everywhere at the same time. It is movement as I move. And so anyway, the light source remaining is understanding what is the iteration of that pattern of stalking with light. So demons are filling the venue of the Upland Public Library while the entity is maintaining light inside of that venue. The iteration of that same stalking with light is ongoing while I'm inside of a vehicle, and directed light is being cycled inside of the car in the same way that I've shown on a massive level with regard to a bus. You're seeing that directed light cycling through the walkway of the bus, and it's moving forward as the bus is also driving forward. This is literally impossible and ridiculous asininity. It's just straight wicked and demented, and it's very, very impossible, okay? This is demonic, and this is that desperation that's illustrated through the conduct with light. That stalker is personified through that conduct with light. And it is understanding what is the presence of Satan, and that iteration of stalking with light is seen in vehicles while I'm inside of any venue, and directed light is being cycled across the glove compartment of the doors, the bottom of the vehicle where my legs are, all manner of moving with directed light, in addition to what is directed light all around the surfaces around me, and then demons stalking in the path, using their vehicles, turning on their hazards, maintaining presence, using signage like Upland Public Library, by the way, is doing, surrounding the perimeter. All these demons do, especially as I'm documenting, all they're doing is maintaining light activity. So they dug up the ground in the parking lot and surrounded it with what are those neon signs with flashing lights. It's light activity. All right. So you are also aware of this because what is not the actual sun, not possible to be the sun, and it is documented as a matter of direct evidence of that, and undeniable proof, insurmountable direct evidence. You have what is the light source that's over the venue, and you have what are the demon possessed engaging in what are their means of stalking with light and maintaining light. And that is exactly what demons are doing. Wearing hard hats, digging up the asphalt, digging up the sidewalk, and then placing what are flashing lights all around that walkway. It's called relevant positioning with light. So anyway, I just want to speak to what is that ongoing pattern, and you're looking at that same exact stalking activity while I am in any sort of location out in public, inside of any public establishment, which is nothing other than a third party and or state venue, and doing so while the demon possessed are in relevant position, stalking with light, using vehicles, using whatever it is that they have at their disposal. While that ongoing demonic environment remains, you have what are shadows of objects. For example, the shadows of the trees at the Del Taco. Those shadows are upright on the brick wall, speaking to what is light that is being projected, as opposed to light that's coming from like a street lamp downward. All right, light that is projected onto what is 325 West G Street, as you saw last night, while the entity was engaging in demonic conduct of flying in a circle over this vehicle. In directed light, this is the onward evidence of what is demonic, demon possession by those who are stalking in the path. And so anyway, it's currently 6:57 p.m. and everything, including my voice in order to document, is serving to monitor. But everything that you're listening to in the background is audible activity, and that's why documentation is not serving any commercial purposes. You're understanding what is a state system of surveillance that remains underway, and also engaging in what is the pattern of conduct that remains ceaselessly underway, and all the ways in which those elements, audible activity, light activity, and relevant positioning, are systematically maintained. And this is also speaking to what are delusional psychopaths. All right, but that is what is Satan is. It's 6:58 p.m. This is P.O.C. 8XDX 631 7APD027 8YJM 380 8JIK 421 7XEH 700. At Stater Brothers parking lot, you got a minion that stops in the middle of the parking lot to aim their headlights into the vehicle while she enters into Ontario Village. It's 10:05 p.m. 8JIK 421. All right, so I just want to document the demon that is, this is literally a demon who I know by name. This is Tracy Banks, and this is documentation of what is terrorism, and it's also an example for understanding the demonic conduct. And so anyway, Tracy Banks getting out of the vehicle, again, directed light. She parks the vehicle such that it is most exposed for purposes of maintaining monitoring. She's monitoring me in concert with the demons that are the people of the state, and her objective is to keep me exposed to that, and is literally everything that she's doing is pursuant to that ongoing malicious objective. This is an adversary. This is Satan itself. Satan is an enemy. Satan is an adversary. And this adversary happens to be blood related to me. And that's the reality of what is demonic possession. And also, it is also clearly laid out, by the way, through the very conduct that Tracy Banks has engaged in, including to date. All right. So anyway, she is and she has no form with regard, in other words, with regard to what is a mom, what is a mother. She does not conduct herself as one. And also understanding, and I am laying out, and this is relevant for her prosecution, and also just to understand what is evil. Evil can call itself whatever it wants. Evil may even conduct itself in a particular manner, but evil cannot conceal itself forever. You know them by their deeds and the very conduct that they engage in, not what they want to cover up, not what they seek to conceal with nice gestures or a smile on their face or something nice that they're saying. That is all superficial. I want to be clear. The demons that are the people of the state of California monitoring with and via Tracy Banks, who represents the people of the state as well, understand monitoring with the government. And so this demon parking the vehicle, and she engages in all manner of pacing, using the car as a means of stalking with noise. And so this is what she does. She, first of all, sits in the car forever, like we're chit-chatting. We're not buddies, okay? She sits in the car, and she's just maintaining presence, stalking. This is what she's doing, while minions are patrolling around, and the state amplifies, such as plane activity and train activity, okay? Which is amplification. And while she is stalking in the path, and directed light while she is stalking in the path, sitting in the car, the driver of the vehicle. Okay, so I want to be clear. There's that. What she literally does, though, is, and this is what is fascinating to me with regard to, but it's demonic, and so this is a demon that's engaging in the same exact pacing around, using anything at their disposal to make sure they are following with noise the conduct of a demon. And this demon parks the vehicle. She gets out. She opens up the back door. There's nothing in the back seat for her to get out. Usually, her form is getting her lunchbox out of the back seat. There's nothing in the back seat. There's nothing for her to pull out. And she could have pulled out anything. She could have pulled out a plastic bag if she wanted to. What I'm pointing out is that there was nothing for her to retrieve out of the back seat. She literally got in the car at the last minute because I asked her to take me to Stater Brothers, third-party facilitating venue, where they were molesting and monitoring in the bathroom right now. Okay, so this is what she does. Comes out from supposedly being asleep. Satan doesn't sleep, by the way, and she is monitoring. She's aware of everything that's going on. Remember her recitation of what are, although false, I was never banned from Fontana Lewis Library. You're talking about what is knowledge nonetheless, as she engaged in, like she was ambushing me, like she had someone up on me, when she's admitting the fact that she's a stalker and she's engaged in criminal monitoring while she's referencing anything about Fontana Lewis Library, which I never discussed with her about, which is criminal activity and obstruction of justice at Fontana Lewis Library, having nothing to do with anything that I did wrong. I'm documenting demons and criminals, period. But anyway, like I said, she's monitoring inside of Woodside Senior Apartments, inside of apartment 51. This demon parks the vehicle. All right, she's run out to take me to Ontario Village real quick. She gets out the vehicle, doesn't walk away, all right? She goes to the back door, opens the door, and closes it. There's nothing for her to get out the back door, nothing for her to get out of the back seat, nothing. She's stalking with noise. She's making noise before she gets out of the car, okay? And so she's doing this in what is directed light. She's doing this, which is facilitation, while demons are patrolling all around. Loitering in relevant position where they live, 403 West G Street, 325 West G Street, 323 West G Street, the apartment complex of Courtyard Villas, the apartment complex of Woodside Senior Apartments, 7-Eleven at 636 North Vine. Those demons are on surveillance cameras right now, sitting in there, looking like they're shopping. Those are demons that are engaging in surveillance, stalking in the path in relevant position, okay? Monitoring with the government that is stalking via aircrafts and law enforcement. All of them are the same demonic entity, paying very close attention to not only what I'm saying at all times, to what I'm doing inside of a car. All right. And so, like, with regard to her getting out of the vehicle, she opens and closes the back door. This is creation of audible activity, an absolute psychopath. She never opens the trunk. And also, there's no reason for her to open the trunk. There's nothing. She runs out, and supposedly she's getting ready to go to sleep. And I'm supposedly getting on her nerves, asking her at the last minute to take me to the Stater Brothers, which she does. And so I'm just being clear. She opens and closes the back door. And then she supposedly walks away from the vehicle as though she's walking back toward the apartment, but I grab my phone inside of the car. This is a demon that knows what I'm doing, and the simultaneous creation of audible activity. Suddenly it sounds as though the trunk is closing, slamming. She doesn't close the trunk. She slams it. It's demonic. All right. In the same way, demons in study rooms adjacent to me inside of, you can pick a venue, pick one. Let's say Upland Public Library, while they're merely pressing or placing down their cell phone, it sounds like a loud knock, which, by the way, you are hearing through walls. Okay, amplification. These are demons. By the way, with regard to what is the vibration of, for example, or shaking, where I'm sitting at a desk at a partition inside of Ovid Family Community Library or Fontana Lewis Library, as I've documented, absolutely impossible, sensational activity. The same conduct at what is Dunkin' Donuts, as I documented as of late. Let me be clear, the creation of such noise, this is revealing what our demonic spirits would surround. The people of the state who are demon possessed are merely maintaining presence all around, while an ongoing audible environment, an ongoing environment with regard to the engineered light is maintained around. This is why demons sit around and act oblivious while my desk or whatever it is that I am sitting on, leaning on, etc., is shaking and vibrating like there's a personal earthquake going on around me. And all the rest of the people of the state, demons that surround, they're monitoring to that activity creation. It's demonic. They are demons. And this is why on surveillance cameras, you are looking at what is supposed to be the outward shell of normalcy. Everybody's just sitting around ordering a donuts and coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. Meanwhile, the desk is shaking. All right. Nobody's touching the desk, though. And it's not me shaking the desk. It's sensational activity. While also these same demons who are stalking all around while that activity is centered on me, directed light shooting inside of the Dunkin' Donuts. All the demons that are the people of the state do is stand around monitoring with communication devices, acting like everything is normal. Okay. And they're engaging in what is presence while that environment surrounds. These are the demon possessed. Okay. You are understanding what she gets out of the vehicle. Tracy Banks gets out of the car. She opens up the back door, closes it. There's nothing for her to get. And then as she is supposedly walking away, suddenly as I, pick up my phone inside of the car while she has engaged in motioning, like as though she's walking back toward her apartment to cross the street. I am experiencing what is, and hearing what is slamming of the trunk. That's what it sounds like, and that's what it feels like, because I'm inside of the vehicle. But understand, you're dealing with what is demonic activity, and this is the supernatural. I want to be clear. And this is understood. The reason why I describe this, because first of all, the pattern of conduct is that which is conjured up in the pit of hell. This is Satan itself that's engaging in criminal activity with the people of the state. And it is supposed to sound as though, and it is supposed to look as though one who is alleging it is suffering from some mental incapacity. The pattern of conduct itself is malicious. I have already captured what is the P.O.C. You are witnessing what is the supernatural. This is why you do not have, by virtue of what is the pattern of conduct itself, you do not have any legal excuse from prosecution. That malicious pattern of conduct is what is the sure prosecution of those documented engaging in the P.O.C. You have what is Satan itself stalking with light. Satan itself using the people of the state. Let me be clear. They secured their prosecution when I documented even one of them, let alone thousands of them, stalking in the path with direct light. You do not have any legal excuse from prosecution. You're documented. I document your address. I document whatever it is you look like, wherever it is that you work, whatever, and you're going to be prosecuted. You don't have a legal excuse formed by prosecution. Ignorance is not even plausible, but let alone it's legally irrelevant. You don't have one. And documentation of what is demonic activity. And so this is why I also spell out what is that demonic environment, what are methods of engagement in the P.O.C. This sensational activity, while what you see on, for example, traffic cameras or surveillance cameras of the nearby 7-Eleven, all you see are people entering and exiting, shopping, normal, right? That's what it looks like on the surface. But you are remembering what it is that you have been informed of. It's an entirely demonic environment. The vehicle of that target individual, I'm speaking about myself, but the target individual, the ordinary target individual who is being literally attacked by the demonic, and it's criminal conduct while you were being attacked by the demonic. The demon possessed, the government itself, puppets of Satan, are placing you under surveillance. And so you're talking about what is sensational activity, which is terrorism, while absolute psychopaths are just looking the opposite direction, and they all know what you are subject to. They're demons. Let me be clear. The minions themselves are under Satan itself. While you are surrounded by directed light, they're in their element. They're demon possessed. and they know exactly who you are. They don't have to look at you. They don't have to talk to you. Satan itself is hovering in the sky space with what is not the sun. I documented this again, 8 hours over what is the venue of a lore image, which is at Euclid Avenue and 9th Street. And if you look at, I even posted a map on my website so you could see 9th Street, and then it's C Street, and then it's D Street. I want to be clear. It is 2 streets up. It's a less than 4-minute walk to the library where the fake sun remained over that venue until, which I captured on video, 5:12. Not until 5:12. Because let me be clear, I went back to the study room. Satan itself is remaining stalking with light so that its minions that are inside of that venue and all around that venue are continuously stalking with light. In the same way when I'm outside, what does that P.O.C look like? The fake sun over my head, directed light all around. What does it look like at nightfall when I'm in a vehicle? Directed light while demons are crossing paths, surrounding all around, inside of the 7-Eleven, inside of Woodside Senior Apartments in relevant position, inside of the venue at 325 West G Street and 403 West G Street, etc., while directed light is spewing inside of the vehicle. Okay, this is the pattern of conduct, every type of venue where you can imagine, and it's the same P.O.C. You're stalking with light, you're molesting with light when the fake sun is remaining and directed light is being cycled inside of any venue. That's what I'm showing you inside of Up in Public Library. It's the same exact pattern of conduct, while demons, individually, they are collectively, they're one. In the aggregate, this is the same entity, but individually, every single last one of them crossing path, molesting with directed light under what is the fake sun, which is an ongoing perpetual molestation, because it's not even the actual sun. It is a method of touching all over your body with an instrument of criminal conduct, this engineered light, which is Satan itself, while minions are placing you under surveillance with communication devices. So anyway, I go through all that because you have what is the sound and the creation of sensational activity in the vehicle, while this demon Tracy Banks appears to have walked away from the vehicle. So like I said, it is the supernatural, and Tracy Banks itself, this is the reality, does not actually have to be at the trunk for that activity to be created. I have documented being kidnapped inside of the facility of the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, creating earthquakes, and that is absolutely impossible. It's impossible sensational activity that you're driving by and the seats inside of the car are vibrating. That's impossible. It's a whole other level of impossible, while inside of that high security facility of West Valley Detention, there's no earthquakes shaking that insulated brick and bulletproof glass, thick, heavy metal and concrete at all. Nothing. Okay. And you also are not able to hear what are the loud voices of the demons that filled that venue, the inmates that are the people of the state of California, documented engaging in kidnapping while state surveillance and terrorism was underway. Okay, so I want to be clear. It's the same pattern of conduct, and you have what are demons, the supernatural, creating sensational activity, while you have what is supposed to be on the, it's Tracy Banks closing the trunk. Well, all I'm doing is breaking down the details for you. It's actually not. And even when you have a demon that's in position, for example, to provide the outward form, the shell that is, of what is supposed to look like Tracy Banks closing the trunk, while it's exceptionally loud and sounds like a slam, she sounds more like and conducts herself more like an angry demon than she does a person who's just closing their trunk. By the way, that's the ongoing pattern of conduct of the people of the state as well. Everything is loud. Everything is exaggerated with regard to volume and the ways in which they are engaging in stalking with noise, following with noise, mirroring with noise. All right. And so I just want to document that this is a demon. And this is Tracy Banks, and this is a psychopath, equally demented, equally out of her. Excuse me. I'm editing myself as I go. So instead of saying that, I will equally out of her mind, but with regard to out of her mind, I don't mean insanity. Legally speaking, there are definitions of insanity that relieve of criminal responsibility, and this is not that. This is demonic. All right, this is the quintessence of evil. Okay, this is understanding the faces of evil, wicked, malice. The conduct of a psychopath. A psychopath knows the difference between right and wrong. A psychopath has every intention to engage in right and wrong and get away with it, and then even act like they are an angel from heaven while doing it. That's a psychopath. Okay. Psychopath is not an insane one that does not know the difference between right and wrong, cannot rationalize. That's not what this is at all. And it does not exist with regard to the pattern of conduct. This is, as a prerequisite, you're understanding what is demonic. in every single way. Demons being identified, coming from all walks of life, in every position that you can fathom. And that is speaking to what is public corruption, massive public corruption, as I've revealed that pattern of conduct. So anyway, it's 10:37 p.m. and I wanted to document that because this psychopath gets out of the car and then she just engages in an ongoing course of noise. And when you just pay attention to what these demons are doing, you see. All right. You already see when you're looking at, when you break down the documentation, wow, that's clearly not the sun. That's impossible to be the sun. It really makes you pay attention what is going on in California, right? Because it is very peculiar. And with regard to, it's not just California. I'm in Southern California. I'm in San Bernardino County. Today, I was at the Upland Public Library from 10:47 a.m. till 5:12 p.m. I have visible, objective evidence of what is a light source that is not possibly the sun, even from that time frame, 10:47 in the morning until 5:12 in the evening, going from what is, again, the north side of the Upland Public Library over the entrance to the south side of the Upland Public Library that's facing D Street, remaining over the same venue and aiming light inside of that venue. I literally have video document and images of what is a sun from every angle over that building. That has nothing to do with any movement of the actual sun that's rising in the east and setting in the west while it is remaining over a specific portion of a building, depending on where I am and for the duration of a day, let alone being at 188 North Euclid Avenue at a LORRAINE and the Farrah Forster venue over my head at 9:02 a.m. and being less than, not even you're talking about a 4-minute walk. This is not even a quarter of a mile. Okay. It's a 4-minute walk, and to get to the Upland Public Library, where the light source is present, visible through that venue, while I am looking through the doors of the Upland Public Library that face only south, which is D Street. Okay, it's not even over the library anymore. It's in alignment with the library. It's over the library as I enter. It's down the street, by the way, in the same direction. Same direction with regard to, it was south of the Upland Public Library this morning at 9:02 a.m. And so for it to be what is visible from what is D Street, you're talking about a non-movement. And that's not even counting the fact that I walked through Upland, California, documenting the people of the state at their addresses where the fake sun was over me. But again, if this is the actual sun, you're talking about what is remaining on a very specific small strip of area today. And the light source remained there all day long. That's demonic. That is the specific identity of the demon possessed. You are witnessing what are psychopaths as you see them in my videos acting like they don't know that they're being documented, which they do. Okay, Satan is literally sitting around in those venues all day long, witnessing my documentation, all right, while they're continuously engaging in obsessive level stalking. And not just the minions inside, the demons outside sounding their sirens, running around in circles, monitoring my documentation. Stalking in the path with light, keeping light all around the building. This is all manner of psychopath conduct by the demon possessed. And it is serving what is surveillance. All of them are monitoring with communication devices. This is massive surveillance by a government and a people. All right. And it is illustrated through the conduct of a psychopath that is a threat to my life. And unfortunately, I am one that is documenting one who I am blood related to. And I'm just thankful that that does not run through the blood. Okay. So you're talking about what is a demon getting out of the car, not walking away, opening and closing the back door in order to facilitate everybody else's ability to monitor on a communication device like this psychopath, Tracy Banks, is. And then you have what is appearing as though she's walked away from the car, but apparently not. At the same time, I pick up my phone while I'm inside of the car, while she's outside of the car. Then you hear what is the slamming down of the trunk, which is extraordinarily loud, creating both audible and sensational activity. And the demon does so as I pick up the phone. And like I said, that's the P.O.C. She could have been picking up her spare tire out of her back, out of the trunk. In other words, she could have been actually getting something out of the trunk. She wasn't. Okay. But she could have been actually getting something out of the trunk. The demon engaged in that conduct was simultaneous to what I'm doing. That's the identical behavioral pattern. By the way, also, let me even go further. Any activity creation where you are in directed light, this venue is already heavily documented. It is already established that that is not the sun that's over me. This is a light source. This is serving a demonic pattern of conduct of what is serving surveillance. This is a demon who was stalking with audible activity, period. period. And it's also not only the pattern of conduct of federal group stalking and monitoring, it is also facilitation of federal group stalking and monitoring. All right. You automatically get a 2-for-1 when you engage in the P.O.C. Those are two very serious federal charges, in addition to being prosecuted as what is a sex offender. And being prosecuted as what is a terrorist, which is what the state of California is, and the people of the state of California are, as they mirror this demonic pattern of conduct that Satan itself is the inspiration of. The people of the state stalk with light because they are demon possessed, and they are engaging in the conduct of Satan. All right, while they are seeking to touch and follow around with light. Light, by the way, which is absolutely abnormal. Okay, that's why you have a demon that's on the at a gas station while they are on the property of the gas station, and I'm in a vehicle in the middle of a roadway, and you have what is the ability to feel this light touching on that's not headlights. All right. This is why you have what are demons who are driving on G Street, which is not in any way in alignment with the windows of this vehicle. Their headlights are not touching the car. Their headlights are not even touching the venues of 403 West G Street, 325 West G Street. But you have what is directed light touching on me, moving around inside of the vehicle, and doing so while those demons cross paths. This is the conduct of Satan. These are the demon possessed. Okay, they are referred to properly as what are minions. Minions are terrorists. Minions are engaging in surveillance. They're monitoring with communication devices. And that's why a fake sun remains over a specific building for an excess of 7 hours and on the same strip of street. That is literally a single block. Okay, within 2 blocks, within 9th Street and D Street on Euclid Avenue, the fake sun remained for over 8 hours. That's why that's occurring, and that's entirely demonic. All right, it is currently 10:43 p.m. and this is P.O.C.